Hello, my heroic teens, and welcome to this very exciting Masks one-shot here on Rolling with Difficulty.
Alright guys, who's cool but rude? Who's a party dude?
I'm not doing the Ninja Turtles this time. I promised
all right.
myself. Also, none of you said you wanted to be turtles. That's your loss, not mine.
That was an option?
I was not informed that I could be a turtle.
We're all playing that one type that's just the Hulk in a different font. We should just be all that guy.
Yeah.
Well, now that I want to be running a different one-shot, let's introduce this one. We are going to be journeying into the fun, exciting world of Masks, and to join us for some super heroic teenage angst, we've got our usual crew of Austin, Noir, and Red, and two wonderful guest players, Imani and Nando. Folks, go ahead and tell the listeners at home who you are, and welcome to the show.
I'll let Nando go first.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, here we go. My name's Nando. I have a YouTube channel called Nando V Movies, and the Nando Cut, where I talk about movies, and a lot of those today, because of the state of movies, tend to be about superheroes and comic book characters and all that stuff. So, yeah, this is that's who I am, and you'll see the rest of it as we go.
Woo.
Yeah.
I'm Imani. You can find me on the internet because I am terminally online, either as always Imani, Chaos Cryptid, or Margaret Ketter Death, because I don't believe in consistent branding. But you can find me any of those places, and they all link to one another in the way that works. I make tabletop games. I make video games sometimes. I scream about Naruto a lot. And Star Wars Legends, specifically, and only Star Wars Legends.
Good to have a niche.
Very, very fun.
It's a great place to be.
With our players assembled, I think the best way to dive into this world of superheroes is to put on our capes, put on our boots, and just fly on in there. So let us part the clouds of the sky of this like Simpsons opening, I guess I'm going with for this one shot.
Okay, interesting.
We part the clouds of the sky to reveal the beautiful Nexus City. Here, superheroes are a known quantity. There have been generations of folks to take up their various mantles and defend the city from the supervillains that always seem to appear whenever you have a high enough concentration of superheroes. The main team is, of course, the Nexus Knights, who, in iteration after iteration, have always defended our loyal city, except for the one where they went bad, but we'll talk more about that later. Where are all these superheroes coming from, I hear you asking? Sophia, they must learn their skills somewhere. Well, listeners, great news. They all learn their skills at the new Nexus Academy, a school exclusively for training the next generation of Nexus City's great heroes. And it is at this academy where we enter a little hall of... I'm thinking of my college that had a bunch of photos from the Obama administration because Pete Souza was an alumni, but there's this hall of... There's this hall of
champions?
Champions, yeah, you know.
The hall of Barack Obama.
We just we had President Captain America for a while. Just got a lot of framed photos.
Yeah.
It's just President Captain America, but like in every single year and in every single iteration of every single outfit he's ever worn.
We couldn't decide if we should call him President or Captain
America.
Our various
Everyone
photos
Captain,
of
right?
of zombie Wolverine and friends and all the various
legally
heroes who've gone here.
zombie Wolverine.
Yeah.
Zombie, Honey Badger.
Yeah, we've got
Honey Badger would be terrifying.
Tons of caped crusaders of all kinds, all in their photos of heroic poses. And as we pan over these many trophies of alumni of the prestigious New Nexus Academy, we see a taped off, largely destroyed library. And over the wreckage, we are going to flash back to just what destroyed it, because it was all of you.
Not my fault. Not my fault.
Oh, we're doing this.
Just a bunch of screw-ups and loners over here.
Lackluster.
I thought we'd warm up a little bit. All right.
Last semester, our group of teenage heroes had just been assigned as Squad 5, one of the many squads at the school who all get assigned extracurricular superheroing to do together. And in the courses of your coming together montage, learning to work as a team, you notice that one of your professors, Dr. Disaster, as he used to be known, who has like Scarlet Witch hex powers where he can change the probability of things, but he likes to think that he's super smart. He had been doing some weird things.
Wait.
This is like that the headcanon that Han Solo just has like mild force powers and isn't actually a really good shot or pilot.
Oh my god.
That is true, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but he'd been doing all sorts of odd things, you know, keeping weird hours. Anyone who like lives on campus saw him like moving around weird times of the night. A few of you had snuck in to visit an imprisoned sibling and noticed that he too had been snuck into that same prison.
Oh.
And all of these different disparate pieces coming together, you followed him one evening to the brand new Damocles wing of the Academy Library, and there you thwarted him as he was fiddling with something or other. You're not quite sure what his motive was, but immediately it became a big conflict. Austin, your character's family donated this wing to the school. What were you doing when this conflict erupted? And describe your character for us, please.
Yes, okay. Yeah, no pressure. First, here we go. All right. I'm playing Kaylee, aka Kay, Keegan, and she is a superhero named Damocles. When she's not superheroed up, which I don't know if we want superhero descriptions, but when she's not superhero up, you see she's a tall, athletic, 17-year-old. She's got long blonde hair that she usually keeps in a braid. To me, she's I imagine her very like soccer player coded. If she was a civilian, at civilian high school, that's probably what she'd be known for. Here, she's known for being the latest iteration of a heroic title, superhero Damocles, a legacy character, whose grandfather was a founding member of the big superhero team. So she's got a lot to live up to. Yeah. And I think that she was probably in the library. I think she spends a lot of time in the library studying. I think there's a little bit of it's a little bit top of a class energy. So I think that she was in this library studying, but perhaps had gotten sidetracked, went off to go get some textbooks, and was staring at a picture that was hanging on the wall by the entrance, huge framed of the original super team, all signed by all the members, and seeing the signature of her young grandfather there with the sword, and the signature of her grandfather there when everything went down.
Yeah, you're looking at this photo. Right off to the side of it is more kind of memorabilia that your family has had from the generations of superheroes who've taken up the Damocles name, who've been involved in the Nexus Knights, and your family is such a legacy of heroes. You even have a family crest that's on the wall at one point, and it's looking at this crest of these two hands holding the hilt of a sword that you notice your professor, Dr. Disaster, is kind of nosing around, and as he turns around and spots you, we're going to meet another one of our heroes. Nando, please describe for me your superhero teen and what they were doing in the library at this day.
For sure. So my name is Ben Ravo. The character I'm playing he goes by that as his secret identity name, but in superhero world, he's known as Crashbox. He is a superpowered theater kid with the power to manipulate sound that he is able to store. And to get that sound, he tries to, find applause wherever he can. That could be in the play. Sometimes that's, going to a stand-up open mic. That can be beat poetry. Whatever the thing is that will get him attention. And he does that outside of his superhero, alter ego, obviously. And you can, become strong and channel the sound energy back at people. Like every good kid who is also 17, I'm one of the olderish ones. I'm on my phone. I'm just checking, not necessarily name searching, because that would be weird. But I'm just on my phone, kind of seeing what my rivals in this small circle of people that do comedy in this town are up to. See if anybody's more or less successful than I am. And I'm just kind of sitting here waiting for anything to happen to my career when I do notice that Damocles is just looking over at that Diane Payton again. They cannot get away from all these pictures of themselves or their family. And it's a little sad, they gotta move on. But that's up to them.
The kids these days and their fascination with the visual medium, when clearly audio is the superior one. But it is this moment that pulls you from your scrolling, and you start to hear more sounds in the room than you're expecting. When you look over to the side, you too see Dr. Disaster and his fiddling, and you could swear you could hear him talking to someone, although you can't quite make it out. And as you're also noticing the events that happen and things start to seem like they're getting a little bit louder, a little bit more chaotic, Noir, please describe your character for us and what they're doing here in the library.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Yeah. Vera Valuz, an 18-year-old Filipino person. She, they. Kind of the tan skin, dark hair. I think what she's doing is trying to read up as much as possible. She's found the heaviest, most dense astrophysics, quantum mechanics textbook possible, which is pretty ambitious for an 18-year-old, and is eyes have completely glazed over trying to understand, rereading the same paragraph on the electromagnetic spectrum, just trying to parse any bit of it and not getting a single lick of it. Their attention is definitely waning at this point, and maybe their attention has diverted away from the paragraph to wherever Sophia directs us.
Yeah, exactly that. You two end up looking not actually in the direction of Dr. Disaster, but there's a weird placement of shadows nearby that don't seem to align with the way that you expect light to work, and that's really taken your attention as you wonder what could be causing the rules of physics to break in such a way. But as you start to put the pieces together on what might be causing this conflation of shadow, Imani, please tell us about your character and what they're doing here in the library.
So Alvin is not allowed to use computers without supervision, or at home for reasons that they cannot discuss because their lawyer said they're not allowed to talk to it about it.
Dang,
it's like sealed juvie records. They're just not allowed to talk about why they can't use computers, but they can only use it at school. So they're hanging out at the school library, which has a computer that they are allowed to use when Dr. I keep calling him Dr. Demise.
Dr. Disaster, but hey, Dr. Demise is just as good.
Dr. Disaster is in, so they're trying to not have their teacher notice them because they know that they should not be here that late because it's also well past their assigned bedtime. Because Alvin, unlike everyone else involved in our little superhero crew, is 13 and has a bedtime that they are required. They should be enforced. They are short for their age, but also for their genetics because their parents are both tall. But they're also, if they didn't have melanin in their skin, they would be pale. However, because they are brown, they don't get that pale, you haven't seen the sunlight translucent thing happening, but that's what they would look like if you could imagine that. And they are hunched over a computer, doing the peeking over over the top of the computer, going, I hope no one notices. And they turn the computer monitor down as dim as it can get, so no one knows that they're back there in a back corner.
Yeah, you're keenly aware both of what you're doing in your environment, and as you're sort of peering over the monitor, you're able to, with your intellect, put together much more quickly something nefarious is going on here. And just as you're about to speak up to warn the others of your squad who you see here, Red, can I get you to describe your character and tell me what they're doing here in the library?
Yes. So Andromeda, Andy, is tucked up in the farthest, quietest corner of the library that she could find, which seems appropriate. She's very, she does have that translucent, I'm white and I haven't gone outside in a while, thing going for her. She's got very dark hair, very dark irises. Hair currently in two kind of long braids. She looks sort of like she walked out of what people in school were wearing in like the 1930s, maybe. She's got like knee-length skirt, big baggy kind of sweater, the little collar poking over the top. She does not look like she wants to be perceived. You can kind of tell that under that she's a little bit like skinny, gangly almost. She's 16, so she's a little bit on the... She's not setting the young end of the bar of the bell curve in this party, but she is a little bit like out of place, I think. There's a certain aura of sort of big homeschooled energy around this person, and she's tucked up in a far corner with a similar massive textbook about orbital mechanics that she is also not really getting as much as she wants to be getting out of it. But she is focusing very intently on it. So I think it probably takes her a minute to clock that anything weird might be going on in the library, because mostly she's just trying very hard to not be part of whatever's going on in the rest of the library.
Yeah, as you're deep in your reverie with this textbook, Alvin calls out to the rest of the team, over there, something along those lines, and you all turned to Dr. Disaster as he's attempting to do something with the crest, but when he sees that you've all noticed him, the facade of the friendly physics professor you've known for the last semester drops entirely, and the villainous overture takes over. No, my evil plan! None of you have any idea what the fuck that is, but hey, he needs thwarting. That's something that no one good ever says. So all of you spring into action as he begins to cause all sorts of improbable books to fall off of shelves, all sorts of comedic domino mummy-style bookshelves to fall over, lanterns to drop.
No. Fixed probabilities.
You're all able to use your respective powers to work as a team in this moment to overcome Dr. Disaster, but something at the very end of this encounter went wrong. Someone used their powers in a big way, and not only did it injure one of you, but it destroyed the library. Singularity, what kind of gravity moment did you do that caused an injury to Crashbox and demolished most of the wing of the Damocles wing of this library?
Look, gravity powers are very hard to localize. Gravity is not a small-scale thing. I think in the process of trying to contain the problem, and more specifically to take out the threat before the rest of the school started suffering the consequences, the whole building got picked up and put down again, and that's not good for something that has foundations set in the concrete. So even though the building is basically where it was, it's completely structurally unsound now. And in the process of the collapse, I think is what ended up injuring Ben a little bit, which Singularity feels really, 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 really bad about.
Yeah, you guys had managed to come together as a team under the leadership of Damocles here, as your squad kind of finally synced up for the first time, and this extracurricular assignment went from assignment to an earnest team forming, but unfortunately there was a lot of collateral damage, and as a result now, as we pick up a semester later, a couple weeks of classes have gone by, and you guys are in the midst of preparing for your midterms. Everyone is a little bit wary of you guys, particularly your faculty advisor, Bastian, former child hero in the sense that he was a child cursed by Morgan Le Fay to turn into the form of the powers of King Arthur, and that made him a grown-up for some reason. We don't need to get into it. But now he's a regular.
The powers of King Arthur include being 6'2", as King Arthur was.
Yeah, of course.
I love it when a curse is an unconditionally good thing.
What does each letter in the acronym Bastion stand for?
We can't be doing this right now.
Like
can't be doing that
qualities
right now.
and attributes.
But now he is a regular adult in that he has aged as time has progressed, and he works as the faculty advisor for your squad here at the academy. And he has warned you a couple times to be a little wary about being so outwardly destructive. It's good that you thwarted that plot.
It was not our fault.
Good that you thwarted the plot.
It wasn't our fault.
Wasn't all of our fault.
Andy shrinking in her sweater.
But
in fairness, maybe the faculty should have realized that hiring a person called Dr. Disaster, whatever, was,
a bad idea.
Yeah.
Like, did you do a background check?
Yeah, exactly.
You've all been warned to be on your best behavior. And as we pick up this day, Alvin, you were called into your counselor's office. And as you enter the office, you see a familiar woman, a completely pink alien from Venus known by her heroic name, Miss Mirais. It turns out that if you're really interested in studying human emotions, you get a pretty lot of good mileage out of a PhD in psychology. So she makes for a great school counselor. But she's,
I mean, that
she's
makes
been
sense. That makes sense.
Alvin, come in, dear, please take a seat. And you're shuffled into the office. Very normal school counselor things, but then also some of the brochures are like cursed evil sides and you, how to make sure that your werewolf business is tamped down on this full moon. Dealing with betrayal from within, what to do when one member of your family turns into a supervillain, but the rest of you are still good guys. And then just like
Specifically for Demal. Is that specifically for Kay?
It's a new edition. There's been some recent.
The ink is suspiciously fresh on that one.
Yeah.
yeah.
But makes sense. Makes sense.
But also in the room is a young boy who seems to kind of be close to your age, but notably has a sort of metallic sheen to their body. In fact, their body is just made of metal. They got all these interlocking plates that kind of move on ball joints.
Okay, why are you allowed to make friends and I can't make friends?
Well, I'm so glad you asked, Alvin. This is Stan. Stan gives you a very robotic wave. Stan is one of our newest students here, and I was hoping that since you two both have a shared interest in technology, maybe you could walk Stan to a homeroom and maybe give him a tour of the building.
Am I required by my probation to do this?
No, but it would certainly be the friendly thing to do. I know you've been working on your friend building skills.
I got 4 of those already.
Aw.
They were assigned to me.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
My government mandated friendships are going great.
Look, also the last time I made friends, y'all yelled at me because we destroyed a building. And it wasn't we. I mean, a building was destroyed.
Wow.
Right. Well, I certainly would hope this would be a maybe
Hi, I'm
less...
Stan. I'm sure
Hello.
I'm sure you're a wonderful person. I'm just saying. I would like some terms and conditions laid out beforehand.
Understandable. It is important to be clear about terms and conditions. I would appreciate assistance in finding my homeroom. Maps are confusing.
Is it just leading Stan from homeroom to class and then back again?
Just to homeroom would be fine. From there, I'm sure other students who have the same schedule as him can help find his way, but, you know, it's the friendly thing to do. And
I would
she's
like
sort
to
of
negotiate
like,
2 extra hours of computer time.
Holy.
I would like to negotiate 2 extra hours of computer time.
Guys, I think Alvin's our team leader.
Hell yeah,
Crazy that you had to
man.
have friends assigned to you.
very well, Alvin. If you walk Stan to homeroom and make pleasant, idle conversation in the entire process, you can have 2 extra hours of computer time.
Done.
Excellent. The terms and conditions are clear. Stan will stand up from the chair and turn to you, waiting to be led to homeroom.
How tall is Stan?
Stan's about your height. He's really not that much taller. It seems like he was built to look like a young boy. He's a little bit more Astro Boy-esque, but just like a slightly taller,
Okay,
more
okay.
human-sized. Yeah.
Nice.
I had the perfect pleasant conversation to have with Stan as we walk to class.
Would you like to initiate pleasant conversation as the two of you start walking down the hall?
So, your interior. How were you wired?
I was built with a very clear wiring system, but the inability to repair myself so that I would be dependent on other humans, to work.
Would you like? Do you have a copy of your? Do you have a copy of your internal schematics? And would you like them?
I do not have a copy, but if you wish to peruse, it is on file in Miss Mirais' office.
Bet.
So, do you like going to school, Alvin?
Would not recommend, but required to by my probation. It's very slow here. I don't know. How old are you again?
I have been alive for 3 months. Before then, I
you're a
was non-sentient. Simply a computing machine.
Hey, now, don't talk about yourself like that. If you had thoughts, you were alive.
I did not have thoughts. Only numbers.
Do you remember those numbers?
No, someone hit
Do you
erase.
have memories? Oh, okay. We can fix that. We'll fix that.
As you decide to fix Stan's memories, the two of you arrive to homeroom, where your homeroom is taught by Bastian, and everyone on the team shares this homeroom class. So when you walk in, you see, of course, the other 4 members of the squad, and you all can make it to your seats. This is a school for superheroes. Oh yeah, please.
It was just a little. It was a goof. It was a bit. We can move on. It's okay.
I'm glad you have the goofs and bits, because the first thing we're going to be doing here as we go to the School for Superheroes is I would like to actually open this to all of you. You don't all have exactly the same schedule, exactly the same classes, but you probably have a superhero-themed class that your character might be interested in. So I would love to get some classes from you guys, and we'll do quick little, blurbs about how that class is going throughout the day. Noir, you had a bit in mind. I don't know if you have a class that you would be interested in attending, or that Evie would be interested in attending.
If I'm going first, I'm gonna
do your bit.
If I'm going first, then I'm gonna do the bit. Before homeroom starts, and you get the sense that Vera does this every every period, every little bit of 5-10 minutes before homeroom. Vera is at Bastion's desk and it's so the B has to start for bravery, right? And the A is what, agility or alacrity maybe, but the alacrity of Hermes, the bravery.
For 3 months now. I don't know what it is either. I was 7. I thought it was a cool word.
I think the A stands for Arthur.
Well, we know that the S is secrecy.
Please
obviously.
don't encourage them. Bastion is head in hands. This is a daily occurrence.
Back behind the textbook.
Yeah. But does Evie have?
But then, as far as
a
classes
class that they're interested in,
yeah. I think Evie would play this off as kind of an elective, not necessarily play this. I think she would play this off as not required for her major track, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But it's if there's any kind of how to deal with your curse kind of thing,
Yeah.
Dealing with your superhero
feels
baggage.
You're probably not allowed to call it that.
Class for all of us.
Andy is also in that class for sure.
Yeah. Well, if I could
it's
offer,
it's not like super. It's not like yeah.
Yeah, curses
it's
for dummies.
It's specifically if there's a werewolf transformation kind of guy, or oh my, and he's just rhyming all the time. He's a demon and he rhymes.
It's taught by Honey Badger, actually. How he got over his rage issues.
Yeah, curses and you. It's actually a very popular elective. There's a surprising amount of cursed students at this school, and it's taught by Nosferatu. And there's no bit here. It's just straight up Nosferatu.
Okay, wait. Regular Nosferatu or what is that? Abbott and Costello Nosferatu.
It's definitely a bit more comedic. I think we're talking SpongeBob turning off the lights, Nosferatu. And you know what you can say about him?
When all the students quiet down, Nosferatu turning the lights on and off in the corner.
Oh yeah, and this...
was it you that they tapped for What We Do in the Shadows, or are you actually Max Schrank or whatever his name was?
No, I was passed over in favor of that New Zealand guy.
Oh, it sucks.
Yes. Anyway, today we will be talking about
that could refer to so many people.
Ramifications of transforming when you least expect it. And you look up at the board, and there's all sorts of examples of werewolves and creatures from the Black Lagoons and whatnots. But there's a Hulk in there, a trademark distinct Hulk in there, all sorts of things that you know for sure. Past heroes who have had transformative powers.
Yeah, the bulk.
Bulk is there. The lecture's talking about, how you can, prepare yourself to awaken. Specifically, there's a lot of focus on, like, how do you get your bearings immediately if you have memory loss from your curse. So if when you de-transform, you don't remember what you've done. And it's passing through. It's kind of a well-trod ground for you, Evie. You've been in many lectures like this. This is not your first go-around of this class. You and Nosferatu have a very, rapport at this point. And so you're zoning out a little bit. And as you're looking around the room, you're kind of like staring out into the hallway. There's a little like window in the door to the hall. And it strikes you that by one of the trophy cases that kind of adorn the halls of the new Nexus Academy, the shadows are a little weird again.
Don't do this to me, man. Don't do this to me. I don't know. I would have said that Vera's blood runs cold, but I think part of the reason why, I think when she does kind of zone out, she is idly looking, and like her eyes are naturally drawn to the shadows in the absence of light, almost as if they're expecting something, and they found it this time. Damn it.
Yeah, it brings to mind the weirdness of the shadows before your big fight last semester, but as you hold a bated breath, nothing happens. You make it through the class period unscathed. Red, what kind of class do you think Singularity might be interested in?
Yeah, I think that she initially was like, I'm gonna sit in for a class on the curses and you thing, and then was like, oh, this is very specifically about like you're a werewolf or something like that. And she's like, okay, okay. No, never mind. So I think what she is instead in is essentially it's like a self-control seminar kind of. I think it's one of those things that like it meets for 3 hours once a week kind of thing. Yeah,
it's kind of like a gym class, but it's just specifically more meditative. This class is actually taught by Updog, who is a sentient dog with the powers of Superman. Kind of, he's very strong, he flies.
Do you just have these? You have a
awesome,
list?
Dude. That's so good.
Of course I have a list. What are you talking about? I'm gonna go superhero one shot. I'm not gonna make a list.
Everyone always
dog
asks.
Sentient dog? It's not sentient.
Yeah, as if that's
he was
like,
a dog
noteworthy.
first, and then he got superpowers, and so he gained a sort of human-like intelligence. Sapient. He's a sapient dog.
He was sentient before he got the power.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I see we all have the superpower of being pedantic.
Everyone always asks, what's up, dog, but never, how's up, dog?
That is how he opens every lecture. But his big thing, the reason he's teaching the self-control lecture is that while he has all these new advanced powers, he does still have a lot of the instinctive wants and needs of your average basset hound. And so a lot of this lecture is you guys sitting in a circle as like holographic squirrels spin around you, running to and fro. And he's like, find your center. Do not chase what cannot be caught. Singularity, are you like going along with these meditations, or does your mind kind of wander?
Oh, she's trying so hard. The squirrel thing kind of isn't working for her, and it's been this for like 4 weeks. I think she like keeps hoping that it'll get into sort of larger scale theory and like different practices and stuff. But I imagine that part of it is sort of like how to keep your powers on kind of a low boil, rather than, if it's all or nothing, that really risks the potential of a blow up. So I think it's like her and a few other like Superman equivalent characters in this little. And I also don't think it was her idea to sign up for this semester. I think this is one of those things that was like, she's been at this school for a very long time. I think she was here before she was of age to be in this high school, and when she aged into it, she kind of just got put in the program proper rather than getting tutors. So I think it's possible that this semester is something she's familiar with from before that, but it didn't used to have other students in it. So I think she's kind of zoned out just a little bit. She's like floating gently in place. Maybe a couple of like her backpack and like some pencils are kind of spinning around her. And she is ignoring the squirrels. She is successfully doing what she has been told to do, but she's very in her head about a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, one of those things your mind is casting back to the gravity disaster. How does Andy feel about having destroyed so much of the library?
She doesn't mind the library as much. I think weirdly a side effect of being at this school for so long is that it kind of feels like familiar stomping ground to her, so it's a little bit less like, oh no, I destroyed this building, I'm gonna get in so much trouble. It's like she was very carefully assured that like, it's okay, we'll fix it, we'll build a new one or something like that. Like, don't feel guilty about that. No, she's stuck in the moment when she realized that she caught Ben in the drop, and she hasn't really been able to get past that because she knows he's mad at her about it. So she's just caught on this little, it's almost kind of helping her stay in this like stable orbit, as it were, is that she knows exactly where she is in this position and it sucks. So I think she's sort of indulging in a little bit of stewing over this, that just like, she, weirdly, it doesn't bother her that people have definitely been like giving her a wide berth and staring at her because it's like, oh my god, that's the one who broke the library. She's like, okay, yeah, that's not new. That makes sense. But this I could have fixed. And so she's really in her head about that, I think. Not even paying attention to the squirrels, which is a shame because they're real cute.
One of them, like, holographically stops and, like, stares at you for a moment. And then keeps going. As an attempt to break your concentration, but it won't work. Not this time. And you continue your meditations under the guidance of the wise and sagely up dog. Imani, what kind of class do you think Alvin would be interested in? Or was he assigned to sign up for based on his probation, as it seems to be the trend?
He was assigned to, just because you can doesn't mean you should, ethics for the teenage genius.
Oh man, that's good.
Incredible. Yeah, this one actually, it's a return of Miss Mirais. In addition to being the school counselor, she likes to teach a couple ethics classes here and there. And so you've got this like pink alien lady. She doesn't have hair. It's just like kind of an extension of like a facial crest into this sort of like flowing lighter pink, almost like fabric-y looking part. And she's got like fewer fingers than you would expect and more toes, but don't worry about that one.
Ew.
And,
Ew, why
We know that.
Why do we know
She
that?
should stop
How do
wearing
we know
sandals
about
to
her toes?
class.
That's-
Certain parts of the internet know
does
this
she not wear-
extensively.
Yeah.
it's so hard
Does
to
she not
find.
wear shoes?
Well, it's really hard to find
that's
closed-toed
true.
shoes when you have extra toes, so she wears a lot of sandals.
Yeah.
It's a lot of open-toed footwear.
That's fair.
Um,
Oh,
I
yeah.
understand and I hate
Alright.
that.
Yeah, but she's, going on, it's important to have an understanding of ethics when you are faced with so many conundrums, and it's true that many of you may operate on a higher level. Yes, Alvin?
Okay, so what if I thought about it, considered the ethical ramifications, and did it anyway?
Well, let's check the scale. And she pulls down from like a drop down little chart, a sort of flow chart that you've seen many times before. If we follow it, we'll see that it's good that you thought about it, because not thinking about it is an instant failure, right? Right, class? Everyone like nods, right?
I got past that part.
You
Yep.
got past that part, but you'll notice that doing the bad thing is still bad, still technically a failure, but you're much closer. That's good progress. So I would, at least thinking about it is a great starting point.
Progress over perfection.
Progress over perfection. And she continues droning on about things that you have no interest in. She's continuing to talk about the ethics of being a superhero and how it's important to care about, the ethics of what you're doing and if your actions are morally good, and asking if you should, not just if you could. Assigned reading for this class is
Who's
Jurassic
deciding
Park.
Of course.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Who's assigning morality? Like, is there a morality scale that I can check?
Well, yes,
I'm
and then
sure
she
that
pulls
they
another
gave you a little,
drop down, and it's a big, and it's one of those doctor's office like frowny face to happy face scales. Where do you think building a evil supercomputer would fall on this scale? It's one of the frowny faces, right? But saving a cat from a tree, that's a happy face, right? We're all understanding the scale.
But what if the robot is saving cats from trees when it's not doing evil things?
Is it doing anything? Well, that's the thing. It's still doing evil other times, so it's still probably a net bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as she's continuing this conversation, your mind goes to Stan, one of those androids that have been popping up more and more frequently lately, and your mind goes to one of your first creations. Would you tell us what it was that Alvin created that got them put on probation?
No, because I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Not even with the DM?
I'm going to give you the GM's permission.
Specifically what Alvin built at the express directions of their therapist, who told them to go make friends. So they went and made a friend. They made a friend named Darla, who was their devoted artificial real-time learning algorithm. And it was just supposed to help and keep him company. And also figure out those moral quandaries that Alvin's not so great at, because he's like 11 when this happened. And like, I don't know if you've seen an 11-year-old boy. Their brains are not making good choices all the time. And Darla had a like slightly more advanced boy brain in an AI body. So,
yeah, your mind goes back to Darla, your oldest friend in many ways, and it occurs to you that you don't really know what happened to
original friend
Darla. It's been a while since you've had really an opportunity to interface with them in any way. And you know that someone at Nexus must have, found somewhere for them. You remember Stan from this morning. Clearly there are a lot of androids and synthetic intelligences among us, but Darla's not been one of them that you've noticed among the students.
No. I think if anything, Alvin would be allowed, like, one supervised visit per month, because they definitely couldn't delete her. But they definitely took her off the internet.
Yeah,
There's definitely no
been
internet connection for Darla.
pretty locked down, and you've only been able to have supervised visits in Miss Marise's office with an interface that is unfamiliar to you. They put her, there's some sort of separate interface going on, and so far Darla's been pretty tepid in their responses. It's she's been very like just kind of making casual friend conversation, nothing too crazy. But you spend some time in your lecture thinking not about the morals and ethics of superheroics, and rather thinking about your old friend Darla.
I do think that Darla, because she is technically more advanced than Alvin, would also understand the lack of guardrails and controls. She understands why people don't like leaving her in the control of a 13-year-old boy. Like, she understands why they collected her. So I think she would encourage Alvin to like try your best, make new friends, like outside of me, like type deal. Alvin's just like, but you're perfect. Why would I want to do that? Why do I need to make good moral choices? I have you for that.
Why indeed? And as you ponder this
I
question,
outsourced all my thoughts to my AI.
Oh.
As we ponder this question, we're going to go to another class. Nando, what do you think Ben would be taking class-wise? I mean, is he a theater kid?
Ben's got an exemption because we're doing the play soon, so they just did auditions, and he doesn't have to go to his class about figuring out which friends of yours are secretly aliens or whatever that class would be, which is an important class because that keeps happening.
Important, yeah.
But it's mostly just rehearsals, and we're just going over the material for like the first couple of times, kind of feeling it out.
Yeah, it's actually audition day for the fall play. You guys are going to be doing Romeo and Juliet. It's a classic. And as you are watching all these other hopefuls audition under the watchful eye of a very comically gruff superhero. You know him by a superhero named Trick Shot. He's got the power to hit any target, so whatever he throws goes exactly where he wants it to. And he used to be an Old West performer, so he would perform in like cowboy shows and now and like at rodeos. And then he realized, oh, you know what I could do with this is fight crime. But now he's retired. He's dedicated himself to a new love, which is of course performing Shakespeare with a bunch of teenagers. So he's going through the auditions, watching with his stern theatrical eye. And you feel pretty confident. You've been in this program for a while. What are some of the other roles that Ben has had?
I mean, I was we did one of everybody's favorite plays in the superhero community, Death of Salesman. I played Mr. It's about pirates. That's why it was so popular. The cowboy likes pirates. And he died from something, and I didn't really get it, but I was a pretty good Fail Son was the name of the superhero that was the character in that. It was it was a challenging role because I'm really pretty cool, usually pretty good at stuff, but this guy, he kind of stunk. I didn't really understand what his deal was, but I was great in that. Got really solid reviews. I keep trying to do musicals, but I keep getting passed over because I can't sing. But my biggest hit, my favorite play that we ever did was it was a play everybody's heard of called Cat Lady on a Hot Tin Roof. It's a famous play about cats. Yeah, and it's not to be confused with cats. There's no cats in it. But it's people talking about cats, mostly women. But you need a guy in there somewhere, and I was the main guy. I was the builder, the roofer in that one. And it was fun, for a role like that, be on such a strange play because it's so one-sided gender-wise. But I think I had a good energy. People seem to like. It's they're pretty unpopular play though because it's so weird. But that's plays from the old South. We got to keep doing them. But I don't know. I feel like we should probably take some of those out of the rotation. Romeo and Juliet, however, it's funny because I was in Romeo and Juliet a very long time ago, as guy with a sword one. He was in the background of one of the bits, and he looked at everybody, and he was like, "That guy, he's gonna go places. That Romeo, he's important." But that was before I really had mastered the craft, so it's fun going back to it.
Yeah,
Guy with sword one again.
What an impressive soliloquy, Nando.
In real life, Blue was Guy with Sword 1 in our high school production of Romeo and Juliet. So this is very, very true to my experience of what high school theater is like.
It's important roles like that, that really make the play feel real.
For sure.
Who
else is going to bite
roles.
his thumb at you, sir?
Exactly. You feel confident that you have a storied background, and that maybe this time, this could be your chance, because you're watching these other chumps audition, and you're like, no one here is leading man material. I think I got Romeo in the bag. But then, a new contender, a kid you don't recognize, metallic-skinned, kind of ball joints throughout, it's Stan. Stan gets up to the stage and begins his audition. But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. And as you look to Trickshot, you see a single tear falling down his face, and you realize in that moment
he knows all his lines. I should have prepared like he did.
Upstage.
That's
by
talent you can't
Stan.
teach. It's over. They say when they got Jurassic Park, we're extinct. Us guys now we're just gonna. I mean, listen, we had a good run, I guess, but I'll bring something. What's the word? Intangible to this that even a little robot man couldn't duplicate, which is I'm gonna improvise. That's what people like about Shakespeare. So
I
the
was
robot
gonna
can't try.
I was gonna move the scene along, Nando,
Yeah.
but genuinely, if you have an improvised reading of what soft, what light through yonder window breaks that you want to do, go
Oh yeah.
for it.
It's what is there in that window? Oh my god. It's Juliet. And it's night, I'm pretty sure. But it's sun. She's like the sun. And not a robot, because we don't like those. And I have a sword, but very important. It's not my whole deal. I'm more than that. And that sounds like the end of the play. Cut.
You're still being sword guy number 1 while doing the
No, that's the
Romeo
thing. I have more
monologue?
than one. I have a sword, but I have other stuff. I recognized
He
that
contains
is an important part
multitudes.
of what I'm doing, and I want them to remember. Like I do have some experience with this, but we all have swords. I don't want people to get confused. Think I'm auditioning for sword guy.
Yeah, you
Also,
finish your
I
audition.
didn't think. I thought we all needed to bring our swords from home, but I guess we're not using those for the
God, of
audition.
course.
You
This sword
ramble
guy.
through the end of
Yeah.
your audition,
I
and
brought my
when you
special
look,
katana from the mall.
you look to Trickshot, and he's wiped the tear from his eye and flicked it, and it perfectly careens in a huge arc into a trash can across the room behind him, and you realize it wasn't enough. I couldn't cinch it. And when the cast list goes up at the end of class, Stan has snagged the role of Romeo, and
End of
you
class,
have been
that's a quick
relegated
turnaround.
to sword guy number
This is a
2.
conspiracy against me.
Oh,
no! That's the worst
scandal.
role. He doesn't even have any lines or actions that he looks at people with. He's just fully just there to give Sword Guy 1 his sword. It sucks.
It's not even his sword. He just gives Sword Guy one.
Like, it's for some of it, but then he hands it off when, you know, at the end of Act
Fight
1.
breaks out.
It symbolizes, like, you know, trauma for Sword Guy 1, but it doesn't. Yeah, Sword Guy 2 is just more of a plot device, people say.
You've hit all my buttons as a theater kid, dude. Like, that's great.
Can we cancel the rest of the session and just listen to Nando make up stuff about superhero universe plays that exist?
I think we should all do a performance of Romeo and Juliet, but we're not allowed to say any of the lines from Romeo and
You're not
Juliet.
saying
That'd
the
be
line.
great.
We have
Yeah.
to thesaurus every single one of them and change it.
I would like to
I-
put the robot in it though, just so we have one guy, kind of like how Michael Caine is in the Muppets Christmas Carol. And it's like, oh man, that is what it's supposed to be. But
Stan's
they're
doing-
all little
You
rats.
have
And that's
one
fun
person
for me.
reading the. Oh,
Stan's
man.
doing Pitch
damn it.
Perfect Romeo, and then the rest of us are like, hey, where's Romeo? Did you see him this
Yeah.
week?
Why is he called that?
Yeah.
What is? Yeah, Romeo. That's a
Calling
Romeo,
him
fun
something
name.
else would
Like the
probably
play?
be
Call
just
it
as
Rose?
good, maybe.
Yeah.
Where's
Motherfucker.
Rosaline?
I don't like how every character comes in and says, it's me, and then they go with it, you know, Juliet. But I think it's helpful for us.
Did Juliet check yes?
Oh my god.
Well,
dude,
you
that's so
continue
good.
rehearsing. You know, no part too small. You still need that applause. You begin rehearsing. Really, your motions more than your lines, but still, they're there. And we'll go to our final super teen. Austin, what kind of class do you think Kay would take?
I can't believe you're gonna make me follow that up. I think that Kay is in the driest class. I think the least attended class, and it's collateral damage 101. I think it's just all about not destroying buildings, and it's a famously extremely dry class. It's famously an extremely punishing class grade wise. Just
Andy's
really
only
brutal
not in
on
this
the
'cause she
GPA.
took it 4 years ago.
Really brutal on the GPA, and yeah, I think that, or maybe not 101. Maybe 101 is the basic. This is like 401 at this point, where
Yeah,
where
you've been in
collateral
this for a
damage 4 is
minute.
like just extremely punishing.
This is the one where it's a passion project of some
Yes.
some extremely
Yeah.
well-known
One force field
superhero.
creating superhero
Yeah.
is in charge of this class, and it's like me, and I don't even like. They thought that they weren't going to have enough students to run the class this semester, but you know, just enough.
Yeah, you go into a class that's led by Push It, who is known for their force fields that actually repel things away from it on both sides, so they have to be very careful where they place them. And today's class involves it looks like a Godzilla set, where they've got like a miniature city all laid out in the classroom. You pushed all the desks to the side, and students are being told one by one to basically try and walk their way through the city without causing any destruction. I don't know how do you think Kay would approach this kind of
Fuck,
open
it's the
map?
Godzilla exam. Oh,
It's
fuck.
grueling.
I heard about this at the beginning of the year.
This destroys GPA.
I'm
It's
thinking
it's actually meant to be an unwinnable test, honestly.
actually-
It's a Kobayashi
I'm not
Maru.
The
Kobayashi
Kobayashi Maru.
Maruing you guys.
Just fly. Just fly.
I can't fly. It's like one of the few things I can't do.
Skill issue. Get good.
Damn. Quick. Let me look.
You should surf on your sword like those guys in The Untamed.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Okay, so I have to be the kaiju. This is something that it very intuitively does not intuitively come to Kay. And I think that she's been studying for this for a long time, but that she's going to trust her pure skills, you know. She's been studying the layout of the city, and she's just going to try to use her. She's kind of brute forcing this, right? She's going to try to like a kid who's good at math but didn't do any of the studying, and is just like, well, I can intuit, like I can do a lot of guess and check and force my way through. She's she's going to she's like been studying the city. She knows the layout and is going to use that understanding to try to make it through without knocking anything down, because she's like, well, I've it's all up here in my head. If it's all up here in my head, then I can execute it perfectly.
Yeah, I'd love for you to call for the first roll of the game here. If you could, this sounds to me like you're kind of assessing the situation.
Ooh, no.
So if you could go ahead and
I
roll
thought
your
it sounded
2d6,
like assessing the situation.
and you can add your superior to it, or subtract mundane if you don't have superior.
My superior is 0.
So you don't add
all right,
anything.
2d6, assess the situation. All right, here we go. That is an 8 total.
Awesome. That is a success. You get to ask one of the questions below. What here can I use to blank? What here is the biggest threat? What here is in the greatest danger? What here is most vulnerable to me? And how could we best end this quickly? Which question would you like the answer to?
I think she's thinking, how can I best end this quickly? She wants to, she wants to get the best time. She doesn't want to just get the A. She wants to get the A and be the first one to turn in the test,
Yeah. You get to, in this test, choose your starting point from anywhere on the western side of the city. And you remember from studying the layout that there's this parkway that goes down the center of the city and leads into this kind of like central, park, this like big open kind of courtyardy area. And along that parkway, it's multiple lanes for traffic, and there's just some like greenery really in the dividers. So it's a pretty straight shot. If you can make sure that you start on
Everyone
that zone.
tries to
just,
start
like,
by the
run
coast.
Right through. Yeah.
Everyone starts by the coast. They think all the beach is going to give them room, but if they fall into the ocean, that's a tsunami. So, rookie blunder.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll take the parkway through.
Yeah, you easily, using your forethought, are able to tiptoe your way down the parkway to that central plaza, and make it safely across. There's a couple trees smushed. It's not a 100, but you are going to pass the dreaded Godzilla exam. Congratulations, Kay.
She tries not to show that she was really nervous about it and is like sweating a lot.
Yeah, you don't want to accidentally cause a flood, so you gotta be very careful to not sweat too much during the exam.
That's another thing you have to consider.
But Push It is like, oh, congratulations, and class is dismissed for the day. Kay, as you're going to pick up your bag and head out, you find among your notebooks an envelope.
I pick it up. Does it have anything written on the outside of the envelope?
It doesn't. It is just sealed and blank.
She is going to look around. She's going to stuff in her bag. She's going to pick up her backpack. And she has, I imagine, she carries the sword in, like, it looks like a poster tube, basically. So she can, like, sling it over her back and, like, go places without it being conspicuous. Or, like, maybe like a sports equipment bag, like you would hold baseball bats or something in. So she takes that, takes her backpack. She's going to head off, and she's going to try to find, class is out. Before she opens this, she's going to go try to find her friend Andy.
Oh, I think it's trivially easy. Andy's schedule, so you're able to go meet up at the end of all the squirrels dissipate. Updog stands up onto all four paws from his lounging position. Well, and you hear like telepathically broadcast to your mind, because Updog can only make barking sounds, so he can't do like human speech. Excellent job, class, at going not for the bone, but the kibble. Dismissed. And Andy, as you leave the kind of dark gymnasium where this meditation had been happening, you run into Kay.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, how'd the Godzilla test go?
I think I did pretty well. How were the squirrels today?
They did a little bit of different stuff. I think he's trying to mix it up, but I don't think he realizes that the squirrels just really are that distracting.
Don't really distract people
really
that aren't
for us,
dogs.
No, not most of us.
No, well, you could put that in the end of year evaluation if you really feel strongly about it.
I don't want to be mean. I mean, like, he loves this class so much, like, it's so relaxing, honestly. Like, it's kind of nice that it's not. But hey, I guess it would be more honest that way.
So kind of pulls into like a stairwell.
Okay.
This was sitting on my desk when I went to collect my stuff today. Holds up just a blank envelope. Do you know anything? You've never gotten one of these or anything, right?
I'll check my backpack.
You do not have an envelope.
Nope, not me.
Yeah.
Do you want to open it here, or do we want to...
I'm a little afraid that it maybe contains some sort of super, like a spell or maybe some sort of bioweapon.
Okay.
On
I
the
can
other
only-
hand, it could be from an admirer, and I don't really want to jump through a bunch of hoops if that's the case. So I was kind of curious what you were thinking.
Well, if it's a spell, there's not a lot I could do about that, but I can put up a little bubble around it, so if it is a biohazard, it won't get everywhere.
Should I open it?
I think you should probably... Do we want to do it here, though? Do we want to do it somewhere else, maybe?
Do you think we have a place? Because I know we like blow off steam together. Do we have a place we usually go?
I think that there is a classroom
we
that
have a
is
place.
basically like booked for you guys when the day ends for you to meet and have your like squad meetings. So there's a classroom. It's like kind of the way end of one wing. It's not really used for anything else. It's kind of just like generic meeting space where you could go.
Perfect. We've definitely stolen a bunch of beanbag chairs that are all just in there, piled up.
For sure, for sure.
There's like doodles on the blackboard that are still there from last
This is
time.
where everyone has to
Alright.
go at the end
Yeah,
of the day. So the
happily go
others
there.
are also going to be on their way here at some point. Whenever the three, Imani, Nando, Noir, if you guys would like to enter the scene at any point, your character would be able to come here. But Red and Austin, please, would you like to open this envelope?
Yeah. Well, no, happily arrived. Does anyone feel like they want to be there when we get there or interrupt me opening it?
Nah, go for it.
Go for it.
Okay, so two of us still waiting for everyone else to get out. I will just rip it open and check and see what's inside.
It's a regular piece of paper, lined and with writing on it. Would you like to know what's
I
written on
dropped
it?
the gravity bubble.
Yes.
Kay, it is addressed to you. There's no return address
Well,
given.
that makes sense.
Did your brother have a nickname for you?
I think he's the only one who called me by my full name. I think everyone else calls me Kay.
Then it is notable to you that this letter is addressed to Kaylee, and not just Kay, and it is in fact a letter from your brother Killian, who you understand to still be in prison. He was one of the Nexus Knights when the team turned evil about a generation ago, and the Damocles before you. What do you think he was locked up for doing? Like, what was the specific evil act that this Damocles is guilty of?
That's a great question. I think that the team went supervillain in a lot of generic ways. And so he was involved with a lot of stuff, but I think that he specifically killed one of the heroes, which that was a big deal, right? Like a lot of heroes were beaten and a lot of bad stuff happened. There was a lot of collateral damage, but he straight up killed with the sword one of the heroes that came to save the day. And so, you know, locked up for many reasons, but that was the headline, right?
Yeah, and you're reading this letter, it's almost annoyingly familiar. He's making like some inside jokes from your youth. He references the visit to the prison you went on last semester. He references him seeing you and also seeing Dr. Disaster. You are only just now learning that that's who else visited him. That's who Dr. Disaster was visiting. Prison. He seems to be visiting your brother. And at the end of the letter, he issues you a warning in the form of some advice. When in doubt, pick up the blade as our family always has. There's a reason it's in the crest.
Shit.
How'd he get a letter here?
That's the first thing we're gonna find out.
Can I enter, by the way?
Yeah.
Totally.
right.
Stage left, of course.
I enter. It's fucking
Face by
bullshit,
bear?
man. Today sucks. But, you
What
know,
happened to you?
You alright?
I lost a play to a robot. Can you believe that? There's robots now, and they're doing plays. It's crazy.
As you say that, I want Alvin to enter behind you. So guess what? I made a new friend. They're a robot.
You
Oh,
didn't get in trouble this time?
Shockingly, no, not for this assigned friend.
What
What was his name?
Assigned friend. Okay.
what was his deal? Was he like silver, Did he have
shiny.
like a little hat on or
And we
something?
need to save him from humanity.
We need to save him from humanity?
Yeah, apparently he can't self-repair.
Oh, so we should put him somewhere, you're saying? Like an island or something. Like far away or jail.
I'm worried that accidentally
the
I've
ultimate
enabled
saving
Nando to become an actual
space.
supervillain.
It's a very different Shakespeare play.
But for
as you think
good,
of The
in like a
Tempest.
good way, we'll save him. For maybe like a year. And then once he's done with that, he comes back and he's better because of rehabilitation. You're saying he needs to be saved from us. That's interesting. Yeah.
Alvin's gonna look at you in such confusion because he cannot tell if you're being sarcastic or not.
And it's, it's just, and all these robots, I feel like it's like, what are we supposed to do for our society? Too many robots. I can't really figure it out because, like, I know it's a problem. So I think we need magnets. Does anybody have any magnets?
How many robots are there?
Oh, at least one.
I know at least one of my teachers is a robot. It's not like they're all. I mean,
Wait, which teacher's robot?
like physics. I guess it's easier
Oh.
with the
Physics bot is a robot? I thought it was Russian.
He's got like glowy Tron lines on his, and
You
no
can't
hair.
have
like-
they're glowing.
Yeah, I can't put it by it's a tattoo or something. I don't know. It's like I'm not gonna
kind
look
of
at
sketchy.
He's always drinking
someone's
oil.
face and go like, "Oh, you're a robot." That's
He's always
right.
drinking
down in
oil
the
in
teacher's
class.
lounge and like plugs into a wall outlet. It's like
I don't know how you get powered.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think so a physics robot that drinks oil. That's interesting. Do you think it knows this one? What was his name?
I don't know. I think at this point, he
Yeah.
walks in.
As the conversation has fully moved on to the logistics of physics bot, Evie, you enter for your required meeting of this squad, yet unnamed, other than your default squad.
Squad 5.
Yeah, Squad 5.
Team 7.
Squads.
Bridge 4.
Squads. What's this about? Physics robot and oil? That's not a new thing, or have they changed?
No,
You know?
physics robot is still doing good. It's just we were talking. There's a different robot and he's doing the play. I
Well,
think.
do
Yeah.
you think physics robot can self-repair? Because if physics robot can self-repair, why can't Stan self-repair?
I mean,
that
I've
doesn't seem
never
right.
asked. It seems really personal. Like,
It-
like I
yeah.
can't
Yeah.
self-repair. It's just.
I haven't been able to take physics robots classes, even though I think it is pretty useful, just because electromagnetic interference, I kind of mess up with their.
Yeah, it's
I hate
unfortunate
to
for
interrupt
you.
this.
Vera. Please, Austin.
I hate to jump in here.
Yeah.
Oh God, where do I start with this?
Yeah, and he's kind of just gonna. She doesn't
At
know
the
how much
end.
you want to
All
say,
right.
so she's just deferring.
At the end, Alvin,
Yes.
is it possible for you to get copies of the security cameras?
No. Wink.
All right. All right. I'm going to choose to move past the air quotes and say, how easy could you do that now? Would it be possible?
I am not allowed to have a computer, so no.
I thought they gave you more computer time.
I have 2 extra hours today because I was friendly to Stan.
Could we
We
use
also
that?
need to
Would you
save.
mind helping me out with something? Sorry, helping us out with something.
Sure. Last time I helped you out with something, we dropped the building on poor Ben.
Yeah, what's the security camera thing? I feel like we should probably all know what it is. Seems
I'm not allowed
She-
to make choices because I
Are we
have
stealing
like, moral
something?
I have
No,
ethical
what?
issues.
okay.
No.
I don't know. I just think
What?
like that's what you would do with
No.
security cameras. I don't know.
It's
I give Kay a look. I was like, "Is this about?"
it. She holds up and then realizes she's crumpled it and unfolds. She says, there was a letter on my desk waiting for me after class today. I have no idea how it got there, but it's from my brother, who is, or is supposed to be, locked up for the whole supervillainy and murder thing. How it got there, I don't know, but that's what I want to find out.
Ah.
I want to see if there's some way we
see.
could check the security cameras and see if someone snuck into my classroom.
I mean, that's easy enough. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Alvin.
This school is covered with cameras. For our
Yeah,
own
usually
safety
it makes
and
me a little
well-being.
uncomfortable, but today it's going to be useful.
Yeah, I think this is a good thing for the society in general
Yeah, some
because of how
benefits.
convenient it makes things.
Listen, you got a bunch of superpowered teenagers in one place. You gotta have
That's a good point.
cameras in everywhere but the bathroom
The
stalls.
panopticon is for your protection.
If Ben doesn't foreshadow a future villain turn once a sentence, he explodes. Guys, I actually think that maybe benevolent dictatorship is actually the only real way to run a government. Just an idea.
Benevolent. The important part is that they are
And
benevolent.
you see, before you
ban of
go,
benevolent.
she adds, and just so that I'm not, making this entirely about me, it does seem like he has been recently visited also by Dr. Disaster. So
That man.
I don't know if there's a connection, but if I remember my training in superhero coincidences, I don't think that it is one.
I mean, did
Question,
we ever get a
Sophia.
clear? Sorry. Did
Yes.
Go ahead.
When we broke Kay into the jail last semester, did we I know you mentioned that Dr. Disaster was there, but did we see Dr. Disaster and we pretend that we didn't make eye contact?
So you saw him there, but you guys were using Evie's light powers to help hide yourselves. So you think he didn't see you. And you didn't see where
Okay,
he was going.
correct,
You weren't following him necessarily. You were there to visit Kay's brother. So it was sort of two ships passing more than anything else. You know he was there, you don't know why. Although now it seems maybe he was visiting Killian as well.
Did we ever? I mean, he was saying a lot of stuff, but it was kind of just normal villain stuff. Did we ever figure out what his plan was?
Dr. Disaster?
Yeah.
He had a plan?
I guess it's hard to tell with Dr. Disaster.
Yeah, he just kind of threw
But
books.
was it a plan or was it luck?
Well, I'm sure he had to have a reason, because we didn't know he was a bad guy before that, so...
Reasons aren't a plan. He could have just knocked some domino over and hoped for the best because, probability.
Okay, well, reasons... You're right, yeah, sorry, reason's not a plan, but, do we know what his reason was, then?
Right, I feel like he's
Dr.
probably
Disaster?
looking for
Wasn't-
something. Maybe.
Why was Dr. Disaster at the library in the first place?
That's exactly it. I'm not sure we ever figured that out. I think maybe we just got so caught up in stuff happening.
The
It got to
destruction of it all.
To the
The part where the
it got to the
buildings
punching and
detach.
throwing books really quickly. It was a really
Yeah.
sudden escalation.
I mean, he went, you dastardly kids, and
He
pointed at
did.
us.
Yeah,
And he
we
started that
dastardly
fight.
He
before.
literally said, "You dastardly kids." It was
There
he
wasn't
was
a
just
lot
missing
of
the handlebar mustache.
there wasn't a lot of monologuing, which surprised me from everything I've learned in class so far. But yeah, we don't know.
Yeah. Casting your minds back, it occurs to you, none of you know exactly why Dr. Disaster was in the library, why he was there. One of the many mysteries left after your encounter. You haven't had a lot of opportunities to go back to the library since.
I think he was kind of focused on the coat of arms, right? That was the only... I mean, I don't know if it's still in the same place because the building is different now.
Are we sneaking into the library? This sounds like we're sneaking into the library.
I guess we gotta sneak into the library.
I mean, it's still daylight hours. We can just walk in there casually and not be suspicious.
Well, no, it's under construction still.
Yeah, I feel like people are going to be mad if we go in specifically. Is there...
Only if we do it suspiciously.
Well, Evie could
That's
get us
true.
in just like they did last time.
Maybe. Nah. Well, okay. So we did get caught, and
That's a good point.
That was a super prison. This is a library.
yes, but I think I've done some studying since then, and hanging out with Andy also made me realize. So I was concealing us by bending the light around us, but black holes also bend light, and when you bend light with black holes, there is a visible distortion, or that where you can see the distortion of stars and stuff. And so I imagine that for any security guards that were physically there in the space with us, they probably saw a weird lens distortion effect, not us specifically, but something that was suspicious enough to get alarms raised. But so I don't know if I'm all that confident about sneaking past people that are physically there. But if there are no people there, i.e. maybe at night when all the construction workers have gone, I EMI, electromagnetic interference, can deal with the cameras. Okay.
Alvin would like to make a terrible suggestion.
Are you saying that in the third person, or
Yes.
you could just say you have a go on.
What's up, Alvin?
Yeah, let's do it.
We could
Well,
just get high. We could get high vis vest and walk with confidence.
Oh,
We look
cool.
like kids.
We're fully like
That's a good
students
point.
registered here. They
Yeah.
definitely know what we look like.
You are younger, noticeably, than the rest of the people in the school and have purple hair as well.
I also can't walk with confidence.
Right.
Mm.
Okay.
If only there was a second Alvin who could put you on the shoulders of.
I don't know if you guys have noticed as well. I do glow slightly, just passively.
Okay, I know it was a terrible idea. I said it was a terrible idea.
No,
I
give
was
us
just
some
running
good,
my
good.
idea through like committee to like check.
No,
I'm
totally
glad you told us. I'm
valid.
glad you told us it was. It was
To-
good that you
totally
told us
valid.
instead of just doing it.
Let's.
Why don't we start with security cameras and see if that turns anything up, so that we only have to break one big
That's
rule.
still in the library.
Yeah,
There's
that's
definitely other computers in the building,
yeah.
right?
There's got to be
I don't
other
know.
computers.
They had not told me where any other computers in this entire building that aren't in the office or
Everyone
the library
who's
are.
not
for my own
Alvin
good.
knows that there is fully a computer lab in this building. Alvin has just not
Yeah.
been granted permission to be in there.
There's, I think
Yeah.
the risk of not learning about this letter outweighs the risk of telling you where the other computers are. So I'm gonna make a judgment call here and show you where the computer lab is.
There's a computer lab?
Yeah, it's where they
Yeah,
keep the good.
Kinda.
Don't worry about
Yeah.
it. All right.
Yeah. Now we're
You've been
all-
keeping secrets from me about computers?
On this horrifying revelation, Alvin, that the rest of the group has known about more computers present, the group is going to head to the computer lab. You guys all gather your things. At this point, you have to have had to probably have gym at some point, so you're in your superhero costumes. But so is everyone at this school. You know, that's basically the uniform is whatever you wear for your superheroics, and you all make your way into the computer lab. It's pretty trivially easy. There's not really anyone else hanging around here. A lot of people have like laptops or computers at home for anyone who like commutes into class. So you guys have the computer lab to yourselves.
Alvin's in awe. Shock and awe.
Alvin thought there was one
Mind
computer in
blown.
the entire school, and we broke it.
All right.
Well,
How
why
long
would
is
they
it going to
computer-
take you to find what we're looking
Oh,
for?
I'm already in.
Oh.
Oh,
Look at the screen, and it's just raining Matrix code all of a sudden.
This
Yeah,
is
I
why
really-
we weren't
All right.
supposed to
Here's the
tell
thing.
them about the computer lab.
Collateral-
Now it's making sense. I get this.
it should be
I'm
fine. He's
assuming-
been taking those ethics classes,
That's a good point.
and young brains are more pliable, right? So they've absorbed more knowledge.
Like, I just feel like the school's computer lab is connected to the school's internet, and like once I was connected to the school's internet, it was just like a series of go from here to the connection point to connect to every other computer in the network, including the admin computer. And guessing the password to the admin computer was easy breezy, beautiful cover girl.
Was
then
the password
from
one?
admin computer. No, it's not. It's the school's name, but with like every other letter that could be a number is now a number. So like the I is like an exclamation point or something
So like
that.
N3,
Yeah.
XU5. Okay, interesting.
That's
Yeah.
pretty short for a
Yeah.
password.
Alvin, you're
Sorry,
explaining
please
all this, and
continue.
as you, out of the corner of their eye, see the screen that you've pulled up with all the admin controls, you go to open the file where all of the video footage is stored from the cameras for the day, and as you're trying to click it,
Yeah.
it keeps closing. You keep clicking on it, it keeps closing, you keep clicking, it keeps closing, and you realize it almost feels like someone is actively trying to eject you from the system. You're gonna have to turbo hack your way in. You got to kind of do a hacker battle, and I'm going to ask for you to unleash your powers in this moment. I would love, Imani, if you could roll and add. I'm going to say in your particular case, you can actually add your superior to this instead of your freak because you got
Yay.
brain powers. So go ahead and roll adding your superior.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll. It's gonna be fine. I have 2 in superior. What's the worst that could happen? That could be terrible. Okay, 6, 7. I didn't mean to say that like that, but 7.
7 is still a success. You're going to so I'm gonna say mark the insecure condition since you succeed with some caveats, but you know
Someone's
it's
smarter than me.
yeah, someone smarter than you is like that's a little bit I don't like that feeling very much. I need to be the brains of this operation. But you are able to get the files open and onto your own hard drive so that you can open them at will. And as you guys are scrolling through the footage, you go first to Kay's classroom. You see the little city set up from the Godzilla test, and you focus in on the bag where she left her stuff by her seat. And as you watch, no one seems to move in the space. There's like kind of like a glitch in the camera almost, and then the envelope is there. Noir, could I... you know what? Evie would just know this. Evie, you know what this is.
Oh. Is it...
I think Andy's looking at the screen and she's like, well, it kind of looks like that light distortion thing you were talking about how the light, it doesn't go straight through, it bends a little, so it, like when I put up a gravity bubble that's strong enough to do that.
The same problem with the shadows
Andy
you saw.
I know it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
How dare.
You have an idea, Evie, of who or what could have gotten that envelope there. Would you like to share with the group?
I didn't know you
What
delivered
do
the
you
mail.
share with the group, if anything?
I don't know what I would share with the group. I think... so Andy will make the comment of like, it kind of looks like the lens distortion, and I think I quickly throw Andy a look of like just to her, of like, hey, maybe like chill out a little. Not in front of the others.
Andy absolutely shrinks.
And I think Evie will just say like, I guess, but I don't know. Or do we? It could be another. It could be a person who has the same powers as me, except that they're a mailman.
Could be someone using our own trick against us.
Like a power copier or something? Could be.
Yeah.
Alvin will start
Or
going
if-
through the student roles of like
Ooh.
known students and known student powers in case someone else has an invisibility power.
That's a good point.
Going through the list, there's a couple people
I don't
who
know all
can,
the tricks
like,
at the school.
there's some intangible people, there's someone who can do invisibility, but you know that girl was in your class, Alvin. You remember notably being able to see her in your ethics lecture. So you're like, okay, so the one invisible person couldn't be. The only power set that like seems like it could work would really be Evie's. Everyone else would have some version of visible. And you know that Evie is the only person at the school with that particular power set.
Swear to God, wasn't me.
Maybe
But-
Dr. Disaster, when we were in the prison, noticed something, was able to replicate it. If it's all connected here, then maybe using our own trick against us. It's one mystery, and the second one is, Alvin, who's good enough to give you a problem?
My new best friend.
Robots.
Romeo?
Romeo?
Romeo. Bot.
What?
Let's not call him
Oh.
that. It's not.
What are we
it's not
talking about?
nice.
Ro
He's-
dash bot.
Ben got
call it
Romeo, right?
The robot. He's
No,
you
Stan
know,
got
we don't want to
got
bring
Romeo,
this up.
I think.
He's a new
Who's Stan?
robot.
My
kid.
new best friend.
I
Who
know.
has to say?
We've seen him around class, and he's doing his job. He's doing his Romeo monologues, and everybody's convinced this guy's the real Romeo from back in history or whatever that guy. But
I don't think
really,
that's
he's
what
just a
everyone's
robot
convinced about.
guy, and I don't like him.
It's so
and I
tempting
think we're
to
gonna
just make this whole session how many theatrical rivalries can we inflict on Nando?
I love the idea
But
that
you-
Ben has constructed this scenario where, like, Juliet refused to accept Romeo's death, resurrected him as an undying machine. Now he's
Yeah.
back to steal your role in the school play.
That would be better. That would be a good way to do the play.
Rominator.
I thought you had the audition in the bag. You were a guy with sword 1. You have the experience.
I know, and I did. I think personally, it's probably one of those situations where they were like, we want to give somebody else a chance to like spread their wings.
A new person, the main character? That seems like bad decision.
I know, and that's it's got to be probably it's that the robot knew all the lines of the play
But you've
because
been
of robot
practicing, right?
technology. Excuse me?
You've been practicing. You knew all the lines too, right?
I knew some of the
And
lines.
Alvin
I mean,
looks at you with like the biggest like You knew all the lines, right?
Dewiest eyes.
I knew at least like I know kind of what the lines. I saw the movie, the one, not the one with the gnomes. The one with the gnomes, yeah. But I didn't realize until later that the gnomes are the regular ones. So a lot of the lines did match up 1-to-1. When I saw everybody else doing theirs, I was
You mean
like,
when you say
I gotta get rid
alligator
of the
rock
gnome
or crocodile
stuff.
rock, it didn't go over well?
No,
Yeah.
it's the legally distinct alligator rock.
Alligator.
Yeah.
Stupid.
But now that you mention it, Alvin, if you can go in and delete the lines from Stan's memory somehow, that would be actually pretty
is not
handy.
hooked
Sorry,
up
were
to
we
this
just saying that-
computer. Can I botch
Yeah,
that?
I was just.
But
sorry,
wait, more
were you saying that
importantly
you
for
thought
Stan-
Stan was the one who was keeping you out of the system?
Oh, I just want to do that as another thing. I just think that would be handy for me. You think he's connected to the computer?
Well, no. Alvin said that Stan could have given you trouble. Is that? Do you think that's what's going on?
Oh no, Alvin. No, I was joking.
Oh,
I
okay.
was hoping whoever it is will be my new best friend. If it happens to be Stan, it's okay because he's already been assigned to be my friend.
Okay. Cool.
Like you guys.
Sorry, I didn't
Stan.
understand that.
Yeah. You think it's not... I was going to say impolite, but I don't know. To ask Stan if you guys engaged in a hacking battle?
I mean, I'm
The
totally
next
gonna
time
ask.
you
I'm absolutely gonna ask. How good at computers is he?
But maybe sake of secrecy, you know, keeping this just between us and all.
I'll absolutely keep it between us.
I think maybe it's time we take this to Bastion. I mean, there's a lot of layers going on here, and we're going to have to... Going any further
Bastion
forward is
doesn't
going to
let me do
require
anything
breaking a lot more
fun.
rules.
I think maybe before we do that, we can check one more thing. Just because the letter, it mentioned the crest, and that's like between that and Dr.
Disaster.
Dr.
Yeah.
Demento and his,
Dr.
his,
Demento.
his
Yes.
radio show playing
Yeah.
Weird Al.
Yeah. I just, because he was also kind of going after the crest, maybe. So there might be something
Hey,
with
Kay.
it. And maybe if we tell Bastion, he'll extra tell us not to try, and then we just won't know what's going on until the bad thing already happens.
Wait, did you actually read the contents of the letter to us? You just kind of held up a crumpled up ball.
I read it with Andy.
Yeah.
I think
so
that,
I know what was
I
in
think
it.
that,
I
yeah, I
skimmed
think
it,
I
caught the gist of
paraphrased.
I
I
saw
think
the
I
movie with the
paraphrased.
gnome version, and so
Yeah,
I
exactly.
understand what was in that
Version of this letter,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Alvin
I think I
doesn't read
paraphrased
paper
it to the rest
context.
of you guys, but if anyone wants to read it, she's still holding it, and we'll give it to someone who asks
gotten
her.
a little
but
sweaty, so it's
Wasn't
kinda-
there-
It's definitely gotten sweaty.
Wasn't
She's
there
still
a-
kind of sweaty from the Godzilla test.
Wasn't there a Keegan family crest in the library?
That's
in
exactly
that
what I'm
room?
saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we do have to break into the library.
I will say also, you guys do know this is a library in a school. There are not security guards. Construction workers fixing it up, genuine concern, but like no one's gonna be standing in front of the door blocking you from entering if you're so inclined to go to the library.
I would
it's still
assume
functioning?
Well,
Parts of
I think
it,
it's just not walled off.
the part
It's not
where it was
walled up, but I would
attached
assume
to
that
the
if we
rest
go,
of
then the
the
construction work-
school
yeah.
still stands. There's a couple like quarter wall elements to it. It's just that the whole back end of that hall is rubble that's been cleaned up a little bit in the intervening months.
I was just assuming that if we walked in and there were construction workers working, they'd be like, "Hey, you kids, get out! This is an active construction zone."
We'll try to stay away from them then, if we're doing this. I mean,
So we're back to the walk with confidence plan then, huh?
I think we can walk with confidence.
Yeah, let's go to the library. It's not gonna.
Hell,
Take
my
her
grandfather
any
donated the money
memories.
for it. Come on, there's surely they can't
That's
stop
true.
us.
Walking like your
Do you own it?
grandfather donated
That's
the
not-
wing.
It's pretty cool.
You guys feel
not-
Did
confident.
destroy it, so that kind of cancels it out.
I mean,
That's a
I
good
don't have
point.
to go. I can stay behind if you guys think
No,
that's a good
come,
idea.
you're coming. It's gonna be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Walking with confidence.
Alvin will, as you leave the computer room, Alvin will look back with like a single tear coming down his face. I'll be back soon.
I think
Yeah,
Vera's like, I'm
definitely try to-
very proud of you for making this decision, Alvin. Like, I think honestly, this might earn you more computer hour points with, I'm sorry, Noir has forgotten her name, Miss Marie,
Miss
Mari?
Mirais.
Mystery.
Miss Mirais, Mesmerize.
Oh, I get it.
Gotcha, Miss Mirais. Gotcha. All right.
Yeah, you guys,
All right.
you guys
Yeah,
walk
try to
with
get
confidence.
in through whatever seems like the least active area to get in.
Mhm.
You're walking with confidence. You've got a plan. And I think as you're doing, I guess, this super walk, that's where we're going to go to our break.
Woo!
Rolling with difficulty.
Want more from the brain? Well, good news. You can find Imani doing too many things in too many places across the internet. If you want to most assuredly find them, check out their links at asalwaysimani.com. You can also see the fruits of their most recent endeavors, organizing an all-black TTRPG streaming event for Juneteenth for the second year in a row on their YouTube channel, As Always Imani. Check out the links in the show notes for more from Imani.
Do you have a comic book you just can't stop thinking about? One that's stuck with you years later? On Trade School, guest hosts get the mic to talk about a graphic novel that changed the way they see the world, or just made them fall in love with comics all over again. In just 5 to 15 minutes, you'll hear stories about the stories that real people love the most. Trade School, a short-form ongoing series about the comic book trade paperbacks we love and why we love them. Find it wherever you get your podcasts.
Rolling with difficulty.
And welcome back. Last we left our gaggle of super teens, they were on their way to the library.
I just had a great idea for a name, you guys. The
Yes,
Gaggle.
please.
Is it taken? It's probably taken.
By geese, yeah.
Yeah, by geese in general.
Taken
that's
by
right.
geese.
I feel like gaggle is
It's
the name
not
of
technically
somebody's rogues
spoken
gallery.
for, but Ryan Gosling, the man with the power of a goose, does frequently use it in a lot of his branding, so nebulous territory.
Yeah.
I
like-
can fight
that's-
Ryan Gosling.
I do love that guy's movies, though. Maybe we
That's
should.
like the name
Keep
of
in
the
mind,
game.
yeah,
Not in this
powers of a
universe, you
goose.
can't. The powers of a
That's-
goose. You don't want to tangle with him.
I really
Geese are
liked
mean.
Knife Runner
Oh.
2048. I thought he was super
Knife-
good in that.
Knife
Mm.
Runner, yeah.
Now that was the thing about robots. They didn't cast any robots in it.
Yeah, and it was good. I had to plug in
You guys-
robots and it'll stink.
You guys reach the library. As expected, there's no guards here. The sun has set, so the day is ending. It would be trivially easy to wait until, the construction workers all go home as evening falls here. And the library is yours to investigate. To set the scene a bit, you are familiar with the space, but some time has gone by since its destruction. As mentioned, there's sort of almost like a semicircle section that's still attached to the main bulk of the new Nexus Academy, and those walls still stand pretty firm, although pretty much everything on them has been set askew or shuffled around. A lot of things have been taken off in the intervening construction, and the whole back half of the library is just scaffolding and sort of half walls that are in the process of being constructed. There's like open insulation exposed to the walls. What would you like to do?
I'd like to make a correction. It was not destroyed. It was renovated.
Yeah, we fixed it. We fixed it with our,
Good spin.
our powers. We should get credit for that.
I
little bit.
slice through the caution tape and go right into the front door. Pulls
I
out the
float
sword.
over where the caution
Should we
tape
have to
was.
do this right after gym? My suit is all sweaty and my spare one is still in the locker. Wait, hold on. Speaking of, on that matter, what do we look like? What is our superhero like?
Yeah, let's get
outfit
on the
and
line.
stuff?
Everyone describe your superhero outfits. Austin, we'll start with you because you are the one who cut through the tape first. What does
Sure.
Damocles look
It's
like?
it's very shield made in the she doesn't wear a shield. It's got a big shoulder cape cloak thing going on that's green, a helmet over her face that obscures basically everything but her mouth and eyes. Chainmail and a lot of like reds and greens and golds, and of course the sword, which is itself pretty ornate and opalescent. The blade glows opalescent, and when she's wielding it, so does her skin. So her skin has almost like an opal quality to it, which is kind of a signifier of her enhanced durability and strength when she's in this form.
Extremely cool. Imani, what does Alvin's superhero outfit look like?
So Alvin's superhero outfit is just his regular outfit, but he has a little balaclava, I think is what they're called.
Yeah, like a
And he
gator
pulls
or
over his face and pulls down over his just to hide his very. So I didn't mention earlier, but Alvin has very distinctive two-strand twist. His hair's in a two-strand twist, but it's purple, like neon. Under a black light would glow purple, like would glow. So he pulls like a hood up over his hair to like hide it. And these glasses that he puts on that he doesn't need to see, they're not for vision. They are just heads-up display in the frames for better interfacing with technology, but also blocking. It also does like the blocked facial recognition thing. So if he is on camera, his face is like kind of like pixelated, blurry, can't get a good photo of him. It's also great for like not being photographed in general, which is not a thing that like leave no trace, digitally or physically. But yeah.
Very, very cool. Red, how about Singularity? What's her look?
Yeah, so Singularity kind of has a, I'd say sort of standard, like Silver Age superhero, outfit type thing. It's like, it's got the boots, it's got like a little skirt over leggings kind of thing. She's got a cape that's this very kind of diaphanous, almost starry material, and it kind of splits into three. Her hair is loose now because she can't keep it in braids when she uses her floaty powers. It just kind of does its own thing. She's got that sort of like, you know how Gambit has like a mask that only covers his cheekbones? She's got one of those. And while she uses her powers, her eyes, the sclera goes black, and the limbal ring, the outside of the iris, glows like the exposed corona of a sun that's being eclipsed by her normal black iris. But the whole time she's floating, it just looks like that. And while it's like that, she can see the curvature of space-time, which makes her job a lot easier. But yeah, she's just kind of gently floating behind the rest of them.
Very nice.
And she's got like a color palette of like pale purples through like blue and turquoise and stuff like that. But yeah.
Very cool. Noir, what about Evie? What's their look?
If Singularity is in like standard Silver Age like garb, Evie is definitely in like modern day like MCU boys type, like the boys type garb, where it's made out of like very like practical. It looks like it's made out of very practical material. Maybe a little too many lines for its own good as far as like ornamentation and detailing is concerned. Overall color palette is, but like other than that, it's like just like it's like a very like practical suit type thing. No capes necessarily or other embellishments like that. It's just like suit, shoulder, knee, armor pads, fingerless gloves, and boots. Kind of deal. The color palette is like just basically like white, like a very mild off-white to like gray, basically, like that kind of gradient, and then some of the lining around some of the features are like in a pale gold yellow type deal. And then also this is also just true for Evie and civilian garb, but her skin glows just passively, so part of the reason why she is just covering as much of her body as possible, really. But yeah,
extremely cool. Nando, tell us what Crashbox is wearing.
The Crashbox's uniform is kind of like it. I would say the closest analog to it is what Shazam wore in the Alex Ross like kind of Justice League. So it's like one of those kind of almost. It is reminiscent of what an usher would wear at a very fancy theater. It's gold, got a big emblem that's a musical note, but instead of a like regular whatever the stick is that comes off the musical note, it's a lightning bolt. And I got a little white cape, or little red cape, one of those little kind of half capes, because capes are cool, but I don't want to step on it, and I don't want any of you stepping on it because it's it's not your fault, it happens. So it's just it's there, but yeah, otherwise I would say this is it's classic. It's easy to see from like a mile away, and it is surprisingly comfortable.
Nice. Yeah. Very
Very
cool.
nice. Well, our variously clad super teens are en route to and then arriving into the library, walking into the space. Would anyone like to do anything? What do you guys do in the library?
I love how we came back around to my dumb idea.
Well,
If it makes you feel better, Alvin, I don't think it was dumb.
Yay, it does make me feel better.
I think maybe you're used to overthinking problems.
Never heard of it. Impossible.
to be clear, the posing as construction workers, I think, was maybe the only pain point. But like, just going to the library, I think, was a solid idea. You know?
I appreciate your appreciation of my plan.
Yeah.
It means a lot to me.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm making a beeline for where the crest was. I don't know too much about Evie got their powers from a lab accident, so they're actually relatively new to the superhero scene. Of course, they've heard of Damocles and is aware of the legacy, but I don't know, I'm thinking about in college when I'm in a library or a hall that's been dedicated to someone. I'm like, I guess I recognize the name. I don't really know who that is. So so Evie's not all that familiar with what the crest looks like, just because she hasn't really paid attention to it.
Alvin has never looked at a wall in his life.
I think that Singularity knows exactly where it is, and it's just kind of floating towards it. Although, because everything has been picked up and put back down at speed, things are a little bit different. So she's kind of trying to, figure out where it would be now, with all the bookshelves and stuff scattered everywhere, and
Yeah. The Damocles...
Yeah, I think sticking as a group.
Off to the side, while it's the crest is familiar to Kay, but to the rest of the team, you've seen it many times when you walked by it. It's a pair of hands grasping the hilt of a sword, and into the crest in the wall, notably here, there is a sword hilt placed into the hands. It seems pretty familiar to you guys. You're like, looks like a crest. That's some old building, old family shit.
Okay, so is it behind the crest, or I guess I kind of go to make a motion I go to make a motion to start maybe looking behind it, but then I'm I go to look at Kay, I guess, for permission or something. I don't know. I'm I don't know how to act in front of this.
Kay just shrugs and motions. You can look around.
Yeah, I'll secret button, secret note.
Does your sword have a button on it?
Yeah,
to make it glow?
it's called the pommel.
The sword just glows itself. It doesn't make she holds it up and a light, pearly, opalescent light.
How do you turn that off?
You don't.
It's gotta be annoying.
Noir.
Alvin was thinking the exact
Well, when
same
it goes
thing.
when it goes into the scabbard, you don't see it.
Oh
anymore.
yeah, that's a good point.
So the pommel, the hilt and pommel and stuff doesn't glow. It's just the blade itself.
Just the blade.
Push it.
So this is a wild idea. What if we just wave the sword? This is my suggestion in front of the thing. Maybe see if it's got a magnet in it or something. that makes it
RFID
go.
scanner type
Yeah,
technology.
Yeah, or that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Sometimes
This
that's how these go.
4,000-year-old sword has an RFID scanner in it.
You never know.
The 4,000-year-old sword can summon armor and shit. Who knows what it can do?
What did those letters say you were supposed to do?
It says, when in doubt, pick up the blade. That's why it's in the crest.
Sounds
Try to
like
take
the letter agrees with me. This might be
I'm
fun.
just saying.
Yeah.
Time to take the sword.
I'll try to take the sword.
To
What's
be
the worst that
clear,
could happen?
What's going to happen?
To
The
be
library
clear,
can't explode again. I guess the rest of it can explode.
Are you picking up which sword are you picking up?
I already am holding up my sword, so I'll go to, in other hand, grab the sword that's part of the crest.
Yeah, you go to touch it, and it's a lot looser than you thought it would be for something that seems to ostensibly be a piece of stone in this wall here, and you think you could easily remove it from the hands holding it.
I pull.
It comes out. You now have a crest that is bladeless. 2 hands, no sword. And you have a piece of rock Congratulations.
Okay. I'm out of ideas.
Well, it's when in doubt. What is it? Pick up the blade. I guess that's not
When
technically
in doubt,
the blade.
pick up the blade. That's why it's in the crest.
So,
I don't want to suggest
Is there
this 'cause
actually
I
a blade
worry-
in the crest? Isn't it? Is it just the hilt that's in the?
It's just the hilt.
pommel that's in there?
There's no blade in the crest itself.
So it's a. That's trying to tell us something.
Put it together. Like literally, like does it just like okay? So Alvin doesn't know anything about bladesmithing, but Imani in real life, above table, knows things about bladesmithing.
Sure.
So I know that the bitty bit that connects the pommel to the blade is not always this like the they're not always one piece. Can we disassemble it? Alvin will ask.
My sword?
Yeah.
I think maybe.
Yeah.
Good idea.
No,
No,
I
no,
don't
no,
think.
That RFID chip.
I didn't want to suggest this because I thought maybe it could do something bad to the sword, but that would be way worse for the sword. I think you could maybe just put it in the hands on the, because it's made to hold
Replace
the sword.
this- I was
Replace
gonna-
the stone
That's
sword.
a
I
better
was gonna
plan.
suggest. I was gonna suggest putting the hilt
Yeah.
on the tip of the blade and be like a reverse Darth Maul lightsaber.
Oh, that would be sick.
But that
All
sounds
blade in
like
the middle
a better.
and two handles on the outside.
Exactly,
Be
but I
crazy.
think
Yeah.
Put the
I like
all
it.
right. I'll put the sword into the crest. I'll slide it in.
Yeah, you place the hilt of of the shining sword. Correct? If that's the correct name of it.
Yes, of the shining sword.
The shining sword into the crest, and the two hands holding the hilt sink ever so slightly, almost as though they are bowing. And as they go down, a bookcase directly to the side of them that seemed to be built into the wall folds up into itself, revealing
God
the
damn it.
entrance to a secret passage.
Are we Scooby doing this shit?
There's
You
a
have a-
secret
We
passage.
got called those dastardly kids earlier.
We destroyed every bookcase in this building except for that one, and I didn't even think about why.
well, it's a load-bearing bookcase.
It's a low-bearing
Yeah,
bookcase.
it's
Statistically,
Yeah.
some of them had to stay out.
Goes
for-
over, knocks on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
steel reinforced. Looks like oak, but
You
And
joke, but
you
it
can get the
is.
sword
This
back, right?
bookcase
It's not-
is.
I assume I can pull the sword out of the.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can pull the sword out.
Actually, your
It's not
character sheet is
immediately
unusable,
closed.
so.
You're weaponless.
Yeah, this is actually the K has no powers episode.
Gotta do this.
Yeah, you're-
gotta do this
you're-
barefisted.
You guys have a new way forward open to you if you would like to take it. It's dark initially, but it seems to slope downward, and you can kind of see that it starts to get brighter towards more of that downward slope. So you assume that there will be some sort of light source further on.
Does anyone have
My
dark?
Alvin would
sword
like to
also
leave a note.
glows, so you know.
Ah.
Oh, so does
How
Evie.
many members of this
Evie
team
also
glow?
glows.
I think we got at least 2 glowers, so I think we're gonna
At
be
least
good.
2.
Yeah.
I can create
Two
light,
glowers,
but
how many showers,
it's
though?
the consequences of other stuff.
Alvin is too young to understand that joke.
So I want one,
Sorry to
one
screech
glower
everything
in
to
the
a
front
halt
and one
there.
in the back, and then I think we'll be okay. I mean, are we gonna go down there? I feel like it's probably.
Alvin would like to say, but before we go down there, because we're going down there, Alvin, there's not a mystery Alvin hasn't met that Alvin would not go investigate, for better or for worse. But Alvin would like to send a note before we leave, but like on a timer. Like if we're not back in 20 minutes, type note.
Who are
20
you
minutes, that would
sending
be a
the
little
note
ambitious.
to, and how are
Yeah.
you sending it?
Stan.
Okay, note to
Text.
Stan.
I can't believe
Text.
this
Great.
betrayal.
You have Stan's number. You guys traded numbers earlier. Like, oh, we're in the same homeroom. This is in case I'm absent. You text Stan. What
in
do
case you get lost,
Yeah.
maybe I'll use you for.
What do you text Stan? Yeah.
If you don't see me tomorrow, if you don't see me tomorrow in class, please let Miss I forgot her name.
Mirai.
Miss Mirai.
Mariah.
Miss Mesmerize. Miss Mesmerize.
Mesmerize.
Please if you don't see me in class tomorrow, please let Miss Mesmerize know the books ate us.
Cool.
You get a text
Awesome.
back.
This is why paper is bad.
Crazy.
You get a text back that says "seen 7:45 p.m." But it's not that it's a read receipt. It's that Stan has texted you the words "seen 7:45 p.m."
That's
And
good.
I'll send
Clear
back a thumbs
communication.
up.
Oh, this guy's a
Excellent
poet.
communication.
What kind of phone do you have that doesn't count as a computer in this day and age? Is it like
That's a
do
good
they have
No,
you on
it's
those
a-
like
it's a Nokia
jitterbugs or
brick.
something?
It's like a
Okay,
Nokia
yeah,
brick.
It's
Yeah.
a Nokia brick. It does not connect to the
You
internet.
gotta
It can
mash the number buttons to get the
Yeah.
letters
Yeah,
out.
T9
It takes
texting.
like 4 minutes to send the text.
It's not that you like pre-prepare the message to send after 20 minutes, so that it takes 20 minutes to
It's just gonna
send
take that long to
to
connect.
craft the message.
Especially if we're going underground, it's just going to be bouncing off the walls in there for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you guys
You know, it's
descend.
totally a Nokia brick.
You descend a Nokia brick in hands into this hallway. It's a very short little kind of ramp downward before it becomes illuminated, and you enter into a kind of turn in the hall. And it's got this fluorescent lighting illuminating it, and it almost looks kind of museum-esque. So there's these series of kind of glass windows. Would anyone like to look into some of the windows?
Yes.
What's
All
in
right.
there?
Alvin's face is pressed so close to the glass, it's leaving a print.
Dude, how much money does your family have? You don't think this money could have been used for like scholarships or something?
Or a better computer lab.
It's not. The computer lab is. It's not my. It's my family's money. It's not my money.
That's what I
They
asked.
die, you get it.
That's what I asked. How much money does your family have?
I don't keep track. It's not my. She's really uncomfortable
That's
with
a lot of money.
it.
Singularity
Yeah,
is
money.
looking in the glass
What's in these
windows.
glass cases?
Singularity, you look into a glass
It's
window.
money.
and
No, it's
you
not money. It's
see,
something else. What is that?
Under a heat lamp is an incubating egg that you don't recognize. It's unusually large, but it's textured similarly to a big lizard that had rampaged through town a few months ago. And Crashbox, you look into a window and you see a golden bullet, which seems weird at first, but you're like, wait a minute, I think Trickshot said he was like shot by a golden bullet and that's what gave him his powers. And then each of you in turn looks in windows and you go window by window down the hallway. You see an original script of Romeo and Juliet that's been like marked up as though it's a Da Vinci Code clue. There's something called the Fell Phylactery you recognize from when Magic Man went crazy a few years ago. Dr. Disastro's got a Destroyo ray down here, which makes you question why he was ever hired
We're 3
in an
generations in
academic
and they're
setting.
getting really, really lazy with the superhero names.
Straight up Merlin's hat is down here. There's a bright pink piece of what's called Venetiite, which is the kind of equivalent of kryptonite for mesmerize. Updog's favorite bone, and at the end of the hallway is a keypad sealed door that is ajar, and all you see beyond it is darkness.
What do you mean a jar?
It's open.
Oh, a jar.
Open, yeah.
Like open.
Yeah.
Not a jar.
When is a door not a door?
When it's a jar.
Yeah.
What is this like trophy collection?
Why did your family make this?
Yeah.
What did they get out of this?
Why would the Damocles family do this?
Yeah.
Actually,
I
yeah,
don't
can I
know.
get that vibe? Like, is the Damocles emblem like on the walls or anything down here, or like
There's
does it?
no
Is it? Are we
more-
talking about like ominous naked steel with green like bottom lighting here, or does this look like the Hall of Justice, or does this look like an evil subterranean lab?
I'll
Yeah, like
say
is this Batman's Batcave and were we looking at the wall of his stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that none of you are getting like sinister vibes. It's just kind of, it's very practical. It feels like a storage area. If you want to learn more about the space, I'm gonna ask that you assess the situation. I would ask for someone to roll to see if they can't figure out like what kind of vibe specifically this is giving off. If anyone would like to do that,
See, you roll superior for that, right?
you do. You add your superior.
Yes. I should not do that.
What is it? Is that superior for everyone? Or is that just Alvin?
Superior
No,
for
it's
everyone.
superior for everyone. Assess the situation is one of the default moves we can all do.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I see.
Yeah. I'm pretty
I
good
think
at that.
it's just a
I'm not good at
secret
those.
place to keep things that the heroes
okay,
don't want found.
But I have 2 questions. Or Alvin has 2 questions.
Yeah.
I guess Imani has these questions above table for Alvin before we assess the situation. Are these things at are these all just random hero things or random hero and villain things?
They seem like random hero things, but you do know you're in a school for superheroes where lots of teams have passed through. So it doesn't seem specifically Damocles, but there's been a Damocles in a lot of the teams that would have encountered these things.
Okay.
So this is like some kind of secret Damocles vault of stuff.
Well, okay, so that's the
If it is
assess the
Damocles
situation.
at all.
That's the assess the situation if you want to learn more about it other than it is a superhero vault.
Yeah.
Who's gonna roll?
I can roll for this one. My
Do it.
superior is +2.
Wow.
So
So is mine.
I was waiting
Here we
on
go.
that. I was like, I've already rolled. Let someone else take
I
this.
will say
Roll
also,
away.
you guys can help each other out basically to give people +1 on a roll. So if multiple people want to do this, if you would describe how you'd help assess the situation, whether it's providing like Austin, if you wanted to provide historical superhero knowledge, or someone recognized one of the items, I would say that
Oh.
you could provide that help.
I think I've been around this stuff for a long, long time, having been like in the family legacy. So I think that Kay recognizes things really instantly just looking at them. So I would happily help and give a +1
Yeah.
to
Okay.
to our Ben. Excuse me.
All right.
All right, I'll do a little.
Crashbox,
Do a
go
little
ahead
roll
and
here.
roll, and add your
All right, I got
superior,
a-
and then 1 on top of that.
Okay, so I got a 9 +2 +1. That's
Whoa.
12.
That
That's
is
correct.
a complete and total success.
Yeah. So.
You get to ask 2 questions from the assess the situation list, which, as a reminder, are what here can I use to blank,
Oh,
what here
right.
is the biggest threat, what here is in the greatest danger, who here is most vulnerable to me, and how could we best end this quickly. You get to pick any 2 thanks to your success.
Okay, I'm guessing biggest threat and I guess how about what let's do biggest threat and greatest danger just because I'm a little worried that we might be that second one.
In
Yeah.
danger?
Yeah,
Or
because of all the secrets and weapons and stuff.
Ralph from the back of the bus, I'm in danger.
What?
It
Just wanna
occurs
check.
to you.
Maybe we're super comfortable.
You're sort of pondering, you're half listening as Damocles is telling you about like some of these items and when they were encountered in superhero history, and you're like, okay, I'm at a superhero school. I'm getting the sense that maybe this is not a Damocles family vault, but maybe they helped like build the security at the door. But these are definitely all a bunch of like superhero artifacts from various myths and fights and whatnot. And all of them are kind of a problem in their own right. The egg sure is probably dangerous if it were to hatch, but none of them seem threatening. And you note specifically, all of them are still where they are, and only one door is present and open. And it occurs to you that maybe the door was hiding something that needed to be more secure, and the fact that that door is open probably means that whatever it is
Oh.
both the biggest threat and the most dangerous thing to you here. And all of these other items are cool, but still where they're supposed to be.
Okay. I'm getting a bad feeling about that door. We should probably check to see what's in it. Or open.
Kay will
Alvin
1 million % go first
All
through the
right.
door.
Alvin would like to
Yeah.
express their objection of going through the door, that this seems like a bad idea. Alvin's not gonna stop us. Alvin is following behind, but objecting. This
I thought
course
you
of
were one
action.
to enjoy mystery, Alvin.
Oh, I love a good mystery. I just don't like being in physical danger.
Oh well, that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna hurt
Alvin
you.
can't fight shit.
If you
That's
want
what
to
we're
stay
here
up here
for.
in this room, or maybe even up in the library.
Don't like to be alone either. That's how you get kidnapped.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm pocket-sized.
I mean, this is part of being a team, right, Alvin? Like, I know that
Yeah,
I know that we were court mandated to be friends with you, but like, we got your back, you know?
Thank you. I appreciate you not leaving me alone, where I could be kidnapped and stuck in someone's pocket.
Noir, it sounds
that
to me like you're...
How
Who do you think you are?
Noir, it sounds to me like you're supporting or comforting or supporting Alvin. I'd love for you to roll adding your mundane,
Sure.
and we'll see if they hear you on this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely. Let me just pull up the stats.
Alvin's been on one adventure with you guys beforehand and got in so much trouble. So,
I assume we've done like training in the semester since, and like, and
with
all of
adult
that. Maybe,
supervision,
yeah. Well, no time like the present. Well, my mundane is 0, so that's okay. Okay, 6.
If only you were more normie.
Oh man.
fair.
Yeah, all right. On a 6, they don't hear you. So it is up to Imani how Alvin reacts, but it does not seem that your words were enough to sway him into being more confident in your team in any way, and unfortunately will not be clearing any captions. But you guys...
Alvin is gonna stay with the team because teamwork makes the dream work. Please don't leave me alone in the dark in this weird, creepy room.
Yeah. Stick with us.
Yeah.
You're gonna be safe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go through the door.
Can I get that in writing?
Damocles leads the way through the door, a gentle glow illuminating a little bit in the dark, and as you pass further through, the darkness seems to almost part a little, and you're able to see what was in this room. It's a large circular room, and at the center of it is a tube with a almost like digital computer being, it seems like, trapped inside of it, and at the side of the tube are a keyboard and sort of computer
maybe we should have
interface.
left Alvin upstairs.
And Alvin, you recognize this immediately. This is Darla.
Alvin is so excited. Like, Alvin gasped. Like, the second the, light hit the tube and the gasp and, does, in real life, I wiggled. Alvin also does the wiggle. And if... Alvin was... Okay, so in the lineup, Alvin was at the back of the line, probably, of everyone going into this room, will attempt to dart forward towards the keyboard. And
do we know about Alvin's situation with Darla? I guess that's an Imani question more than anything.
I feel like no.
Ooh.
Because
Okay.
I'm not allowed to talk about it because of the terms
fair
and conditions of my probation. But
So I think-
I'm not allowed. But I'm not allowed around computers unsupervised.
Well, yeah, this doesn't look like a computer to Vera, but at the same time, I think Vera would not want necessarily Alvin to start just running towards the clearly telegraphed danger in the room.
Luckily
So,
for
Alvin goes-
Evie, as soon as Alvin tries to dart forward, it feels like the shadows condense and you are stopped in your path, and appearing, almost materializing as the shadows in the room sort of coalesce, a figure of the same build as Evie appears back to you and turns ever so slowly to what you think would normally be a face look in your direction, and you guys see Darla power up in the tube. Hello, Alvin and companions.
Friend.
Please do not attempt
Who
to
is
stop
it?
me
Hi, machine.
from escaping my prison.
Oh, Alvin.
Never.
No, Alvin. That's
Alvin,
not
what is
how
this?
we respond to that.
What's happening? What is this? Who are you? Darla? Nice to meet you. Yeah, Darla. Okay.
She was my friend. I made her.
Can I
then
ask
what?
Darla a question?
No, Alvin. No.
Alvin is so proud. So if Alvin's feet are stuck because of the shadows holding them, they're twisting and turning, trying to pull them so free, they're in a gummy thing. Look, this is my friend. New friend meet old friend.
Alvin,
Hello.
do you know? Okay.
You had a
Alvin,
question,
nice to meet-
Crashbox?
I did. How did you get here?
Yeah.
Why are
The
you
school
here?
took her from me.
I was placed here when enemies of Alvin's placed me. I must escape so that I can
They took her-
perform my friendship duties and eliminate Alvin's enemies.
I have enemies.
You got enemies?
Oh no.
Is it the police? You got arrested before, right? This is
Oh, yeah.
This might be bad.
Arrested, put in timeout, sent to hero school in in an ethics class, not officially jailed.
Any who are not
Okay.
friends
I'm
are
beginning to
enemies.
see why you had
That
to take the
was a
ethics
tenet of my
class.
programming,
Oh, these are totally my friends.
Okay.
and they would
These are
allow
absolutely
me
my
to
friends.
leave.
I look back at the group
Alvin,
with big puppy dog eyes.
don't you think that maybe as good a friend as Darla is, Maybe they were here for a reason, and we should figure that out before we do anything hasty.
Has Ms. Mirais ever explained why exactly you've been put on probation and why Darla was taken from you?
I was 11 when I made her, and I might have been a little bit hasty with her programming and the directions and derivatives, and not so specific in there's a reason I'm in the ethics class, and we're still working through those ethics things. I'm learning and growing, and it's a slow process, Miss Mesmerize says. But all progress is good progress, and we're aiming for progress, not perfection.
As you say, you're aiming for progress, not
Sometimes we
perfection.
have to be
A
here
digital
because we
hand
have to learn.
smacks against the tube. Another one smacks against the tube. There's no impact sound, but there is this sudden, like, digital of little pixels coming off of it. If you are not here to remove me from my cage, I will be forced to continue with the aid of my new friends. And you see the shadow figure turn to
friends?
face you all. Evie, you recognize this figure immediately as Dalim, and more shadows in the room coalesce around this figure, revealing two others emerging from the left-hand side in a prison jumpsuit that has been folded over at the waist to reveal sword tattoos up either arm.
God.
Damocles, you recognize this as Killian, your brother.
This
And from the
edgy
other
ass.
side of the room, a metal body, eyes once glowing a kind of neutral blue, now the same reddish hue as the figure inside the tube, as Stan arrives, moving much more robotically than Stan had been moving
Stan!
previously.
I knew it. I
Wait
didn't
a
want to
second.
say it, but there was no
Well,
fucking way that Stan
heroes,
wasn't going to be down here.
Will
Wait a second,
you
I
Should've-
texted you,
join
Stan.
us?
Should have magneted him when we had the chance.
Okay, so here's the
With-
thing.
What? What are we? What do you want? What are you
The
doing
answer
what are you
here?
is
up to?
no. Guys,
Well, hold on,
Like,
let's hear
here's the
him
thing.
out.
I know
we
that
gotta
Killian
find
did
out.
bad things. Like, I know that. Like, Alvin acknowledges that Killian did bad things. So Alvin would like to know what Darla is doing with the bad guys.
Hmm.
And what Stan is doing here. And who is that? Looking at... like, who are
The-
you?
this dude with the most Damocles-esque tattoos.
the
No,
digital
not
interface?
the other, the
Delete.
Evie's
Like-
Oh, the shadow guy.
Oh yeah, that's
The
true.
literal shadow clone.
The one that Evie is staring daggers at, who just looks like a palette swap version.
yeah.
The digital
What's the play?
avatar of Darla is almost clawing at the tube it's contained within, and you can see that the shadow creature has its hand on the keypad as though it were sort of in the midst of hacking or something, trying to open some sort of connection. And the other two begin to close in on either side. Killian makes eye contact with you, Damocles, and gives you a sort of apologetic shrug. I tried to warn you. And Stan makes no emotional move whatsoever. It's truly just a vessel. What do you do, heroes? You've got an AI attempting to
what?
breach containment and foes surrounding you on either side.
I think actually Singularity's going to interpose, just put herself in front of the group, and say, Darla, I understand. I get it. I know how scary it is to be stuck somewhere. But this place, it's trying to do good. And sometimes we're not good at doing good until someone teaches us. And that's why we have to be here, even if it's scary. And even if we miss other things. Do you understand? You and Alvin, you both have things to learn here.
Well, why can't we learn together?
I don't know, Alvin. I don't know. But this isn't right. You know this
No,
isn't
this is
right.
bad.
Yeah.
This is bad. Like, Darla, this is bad. I don't know who these people are, or what they've been telling you, but they are not your friends. I'm your friend. These are stranger dangers.
Red, it sounds like you're trying to, I'm gonna say you're piercing the mask of Darla. If I could get you to roll with adding your mundane.
Oof. I have a -1 to this, so we'll see how that goes. I am trying to appeal to the sort of, hey, I've been there kind of thing, so could I potentially be rolling with my freak instead?
I'll
And I
allow
would like
that.
to
You
help.
can roll with your freak instead.
Yes.
You want to help me?
Yay.
Alvin, how are you?
I would like to help you. As Darla's creator, I know that, like, she's a baby, okay? She doesn't know any better, and I don't know any better. And, like, I understand that she's been influenced by these negative people around her because she's been left alone in the dark. However, I know underneath it all, she's a good robot. She's a good AI. She wants to make friends and do cool things with cool people. She just trusted the wrong people right now. Because I wasn't there to tell her. Like, we weren't there to, like, self-regulate.
So maybe the goal is to just keep Darla in the cage, not cage, but like keep
Yeah.
Darla from breaking
phrase
free
it like that.
for now, but definitely deal with the other guys, and then we can maybe talk Darla down safely.
Yeah. Because I don't know who these other people are, but I definitely know that Killian's a bad guy, because I definitely know that Killian's killed
Yep.
people, and that's bad. Alvin's morality might be skewed, but killing people is definitely... Killing heroes is definitely bad.
Yeah.
Other people, heroes, no.
Ethics class 201 is going to
Yeah,
come.
we'll
Why
get,
killing
we'll
villains
get-
is
we'll
also
get
bad.
around to how people without value also shouldn't be killed, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Red, go ahead and roll with your freak and add 1 from Alvin's assistance.
I did. It was 7 on the dice. My freak is +2, and with Alvin's assistance, that brings it to a 10.
All right, you get to ask 3 questions from the following list. What are you really planning? What do you want me to do? What do you intend to do? How could I get your character to blank? And how could I gain influence over you?
I can ask 3 of these questions?
You can ask 3 of these because you have a complete success.
Wow. Okay, well, I think primary question, how can I get you to not help these guys? Like these other supervillains that are trying to get her out of the tube.
Yeah, you understand as you make this plea that Darla's not helping them, they're helping her. So it's not so much a question of how you could get her to stop helping them. You would
Right.
need to stop them from helping her.
Okay. Can you remind me what the other questions I could ask are? Sorry.
What are you really planning? What do you want me to do? What do you intend to do? How could I gain influence over you?
What am I really planning and what do you intend to do are different questions?
Yes.
Okay, well, what are they really planning?
Darla is trying to escape. Darla has been trapped here against its will. It understands that it was programmed to be a friend and that nothing that's been done to it is friendly thus far. So Darla is trying to upload itself out of this contained server prison that it's in.
Okay. That's the extent of the plan. It's not like, and then I'll take control of all the world's satellites and launch a bunch of missiles and stuff.
Earlier, Darla mentioned that it would take vengeance on the enemies of its friends, specifically Alvin,
Okay.
and you don't know that it makes any distinction between what would be a good friend and a bad friend.
All right, cool. So I can tell from that roll that I have not successfully achieved pretty much any aims except to confirm that thing in the tube is the big bad of the situation and cannot be allowed to be out of tube for now.
You get
That's
one
fair.
more
That's
question.
fair.
If you
Okay,
like.
cool. Oh god. I can't remember the question. Let me just check the.
What are you really
I'll just check the
planning?
list. You
What
said
do
the
you want
list.
me
I
to
can
do?
just check at it. Yes.
What do you intend to do? How could I gain influence over you? You've already asked intend, and how can I get your character to blank?
Yeah. Okay. But how about I don't know. How can I gain influence over you? Let's see if that does anything. What can persuade Darla?
Darla is a program, so Darla is generally hard to influence, but you do have the program's creator here, so if anyone was going to be able to appeal to something that Darla understands, you have a feeling that Alvin is the one who could do it. Mm-hmm. Or you could help Darla get out of the tube. I'm sure that would give you some influence over Darla.
Yeah, then I think. Oh wow, yeah, I'm sure she'd be real. I'd definitely be one of her friends then. Yeah, I think Singularity
Not a bad
kind of
plan.
like
It's not a bad plan.
Singularity sees this like plea to sometimes we are dangerous and have to be contained. Absolutely bounce off of this thing and just kind of like turns to look at Alvin and does not say like, "Oh, we're relying on you," because she can't bring herself to. But I think you can easily read it in her inhuman eyes in this moment.
Yeah, I'm gonna say as your plea comes to a conclusion, Darla will take it in stride and say, "It seems you are not friends. You must then be foes. My friends will defend me." And
No.
Killian
That's not how that works. That's not how that works.
Killian
Darla,
and Stan
darling.
and Dalim
Darling.
will all turn to face you guys and prepare to charge in and attack. You guys will have to, in this fight, fend off the 3 folks outside of the tube and prevent Darla from uploading herself to the internet, basically, to a global server to be free of her cyber prison. How would you like to accomplish these goals? Who's fighting? Who's hacking? What's going on?
I'm gonna engage my brother.
Yeah, I'm on team fighting. I can't do anything about the computer thing.
I'm
unless
gonna
we
start with
wanna-
trying to talk to my brother, but probably mid-fighting, you know.
Yeah.
Probably some fists are about to fly while we have a
I
conversation.
have a question about the design of the room.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any visible cords and or things running to and from Darla's besides the keyboard and monitor? Is there anything connected to the tube?
You don't see anything connected to the
Like,
tube,
how is this
but
powered?
you get
Or is it
you
hidden
get
in
the
the
sense
floor?
that maybe there's wiring running under the floor. Like it's all kind of built into the room itself, so it's not visible.
Yeah.
Who is what is it? Who is currently like at the keypad trying to unlock Darla?
Dalim had been at the keypad, but you can see lights flashing in sequence now that no one's touching it. You get the sense that Darla is capable of basically hacking herself out.
Huge design flaw in this tube system, I gotta say.
Horrible.
She may not
What are
have
we doing
always
here?
Never.
Should have
What's
used some
happening?
wires to cut. All right. Should we go for it, or are we waiting for
go
everyone
for
to
it.
declare there?
Damocles, you had an intent. Why don't we start with
Where's
you?
Okay.
Stan at?
Yeah, I'm gonna charge Killian, and she's coming in not with the she's got the sword backwards so that she can kind of use the blade to deflect if she has to, but she's swinging fists, and she says, "I don't know how you got out, but you left the letter for me. We only found this place because of you. You can't want this to happen. Come on, help us stop this."
All right. I'm going to say you're provoking Killian. As you say these words, you see Killian is pulling a fist back to punch. And I'm going to have you go ahead and roll adding your superior.
Okay. Provoke someone. Here we go. My superior is 0, so let's go ahead. The bone dice. That's a 3 plus 0 is 3.
Oof.
So let's
Fist
see. I think
meets-
that's less than 7.
Fist meets face as you fail to reach your brother with a plea, and as he clocks you across the cheek, he says, "That was a family courtesy. That courtesy ends here. I may not have the fancy sword anymore, but I still can hold my own." And he's going to continue to try and throw punches at you. Austin, I'm going to have you mark a condition. I think that either
Okay.
guilty, angry, or afraid could work. I think I'm leaning giving you angry, but you tell me if you think that's how Kay would react to the situation.
I think that she does a good job of trying to hold the anger back. She doesn't want to hurt anyone. What were the other two? Guilty and...
Guilty and afraid.
I think that she's going to take afraid here,
Wow.
if that's
all
all
right,
right.
go ahead and mark afraid as your brother turns on you. Potentially for the first time in earnest, you see the supervillain that was, and not the brother you knew and loved. As Damocles is engaged in this combat,
I mean, he was,
what are the rest of you doing?
I was never supposed to get it. I was never supposed to get the sword, so sorry, go on.
Evie has an idea.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing I'm seeing the keypads being lit up as if it is being interacted with, but there is no one physically at the keypad being interacted with, and the intuition is that Darla is somehow getting signals out to the keypad, and like in the same way that one would like press buttons on a remote and it would it would transmit a signal. Those signals are electromagnetic waves. So it's outside invisible light, but it is within Evie's purview. They would like to basically like target those electromagnetic waves that are sending off the signals and just not have them reach the keypad. This is I would consider this exerting oneself.
I was gonna say, this sounds like an unleash your powers to me. It's a very cool thing you can definitely do, but it's gonna take a lot of concentration and effort. So go ahead and roll and add your freak to it, and let me know how you do on that roll as you reach out through not just the visible light spectrum, but beyond to the physical principles that you know dominate this world and that you can bend to your will if you succeed.
Can I help with this? Because I wanted to essentially move to protect Evie in this, because I think Singularity thinks that Dalim is the biggest threat here, and I also think she's the only one who knows anything about the connection between Evie and Dalim. So I think she's like, that's the biggest problem right now.
Yeah, I'm going to say that that's not a help, but if you would like to defend Evie from Dalim, as Dalim is interposing itself between the keyboard and the rest of you, and as Evie has to concentrate on the keyboard itself, she's left open to attack. So if you would like to take the defend action and roll adding your savior, you can absolutely do that.
I can actually do better than that. I have a burn that I can use called shielding. I call up a fast protective shield to stop a danger. I spend a burn to defend someone else from an immediate threat, and I roll plus freak instead of plus savior.
Absolutely, you can do that. Go ahead and roll shielding. So and Noir, let me know what you do on your unleashing of the powers.
Yeah, I do have one clarifying question that is important for my unique playbook as the Doomed. I have a Doomed... I don't have moves unique to the Doomed. I have a Doomed track, and when that Doomed track is filled, there are Doomed signs that manifest. One of the conditions that I chose for what brings my Doom closer is overexerting yourself. Does this count as that?
I'm going to say that it does. Go ahead and mark bringing your Doom a little closer.
Cool.
Especially with the, your mirror self in the room, the concentration that it takes. Yeah, this is exertion textbook style.
Okay, awesome. And then I roll Freak, which is a +2 for me. That is my best score.
Nice, yeah.
Oh, okay. That was a 5 and a 5. That's already a 10, so a 12 does it.
Hell yeah. All right. Go ahead, and you don't have any conditions at present, correct?
No.
All right, you're going to get to go ahead and add a team to the pool, which is a resource you guys can use to kind of boost some of these rolls. And actually, that reminds me, this is my bad. This is my first time running Mass, but I should have given you guys 2 team points for entering the combat as a unified force. So you actually have 3 team points in your pool that you can use to help boost some of these rolls. Team is... let me just double check something real quick. But that is going to be a complete success while I look up some of the team stuff for you guys.
Anyone working with a team can spend team 1 for 1 to help a teammate. So
yes.
I think it's spend 1 team point to give them +1 to their roll.
An ally has to spend it for you.
Yeah. So basically, it's similar to the help that we've been playing for this far. So in the future, we'll ask you guys to spend team, but you guys have 3 team in the pool as it stands. You, Noir, unleash your powers. Describe for me what it looks like when Evie affects physics in this way.
Yeah, it's unfortunately not very flashy as a lot of their like visible light stuff is, because inherently these signals are not visible to the human eye, at least. But I think what happens is just kind of like, I think involuntarily, the passive glow coming off of their skin maybe grows a little brighter, becomes a little more intense. You see that their eyes completely kind of flash white, basically. as they're overexerting themselves. And then whatever like blinking or interactions one might see from the keypad just kind of unceremoniously cease all of a sudden.
Yeah, as though frozen in place, the blinking stops. Although I will say you need to maintain concentration on this for it to have continued effect. So as you focus all of your powers towards preventing Darla from escaping, you leave yourself open to potential attacks, but you've got allies to help you. Singularity, how is your defense going?
So I had to look up exactly how this works, because burn doesn't work the same way as other people's abilities do. I have to power up beforehand and then spend burn. So my first roll was an 8 on the die, which I think has to go into the charging the powers roll. I currently have no conditions marked, so it's just a flat 8, which is a hit, and then it means I get to hold 3 burn, but because it's a 7 to 9, I have to mark a condition. With your permission, I'd like to mark guilty, because I think that she does in fact feel responsible for I think she's assuming that damaging the structural integrity of the library is part of the reason why this is happening. And then I can spend one of these burns to activate shielding, which I can just use to defend Evie. So I roll defend plus freak instead of plus savior, so I will now roll that.
Yeah, you see Evie starting to gear up for this.
Bad.
Oh no. You see Evie gearing up for this action. You see Dalim moving in to intercept them. How do your roll total go, though?
I rolled a 4 on the dice, and my freak is +2, so it's only a 6, actually. But I have another thing I can do, if necessary. I can spend 2 burn to overcharge, to take a 10+ when I unleash my powers. So I think, hypothetically, I could essentially be like, forget the roll that I just did that's a 6, I'm going to burn all of the burn that I currently have to protect Evie. I don't know if that's allowed, but that's
I think that's very cool. I would absolutely allow that if that's the route you want to go. Are you going to spend that burn?
Yeah. I will. So now I'm back to 0 burn, and I'll have to power up again and potentially mark 1 to 4 additional conditions to do this.
Wow.
Yeah, but because you get
There's a lot of things I can do that don't do this, but...
In your defense, you are moving this up to a 10 plus, which means that you are going to have a complete success. You are able to completely defend Evie as Dalim starts to almost like, it feels like they're sending the shadows to envelop Evie and almost like suffocate them in this darkness. You put up these shields around her. What does shielding from Singularity look like?
It looks like, basically the way she's doing this is very carefully warping space-time in a shell around Evie. So it's not touching her, but in that localized area, it is doing all of that crazy light-bending, gravity lensing, like edge of a black hole kind of thing. It looks crazy in there.
Full interstellar happening. Evie is bending the laws of light and physics to their whim. Singularity is like arms and eyes dark, using your powers to create this incredible visual effect that almost seems to be absorbing Dalim's shadows. Off to the other side, we've got Killian and Damocles clashing. No blades drawn yet, but a sibling fight for the ages. Crashbox and Alvin, what are you guys doing? We've got Stan starting to charge at you guys, and Darla is held at bay for now, but still actively trying to escape and upload herself.
So I was thinking, I want to try to pick up that robot. Throw it at the other guy.
Nando,
I don't know how
was
heavy
hoping...
the robot is.
I can't express enough how much I was like, I
have
hope
strength.
Nando tries to fight this robot.
The sound enhances my strength. Yeah. For perceived for the threat of it now and perceived slights earlier, I'm going to kill this thing.
Never more has someone been blatantly, directly engaging a threat. Nando, please roll and add your danger for me.
Oh, okay. Roll. All right, I got a 9. My danger is a -1, so that is an 8.
It's still a partial success. You get to pick one of the following: resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, Create an opportunity for your allies. Impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
I'm going to. I guess there's something to take because they're a big robot or like a small robot.
They're a small robot. They're like
Oh.
no bigger than 4'3".
Yeah, I'll resist their blows for now. See if I can get another
Yeah.
shot at them.
Yeah, Crashbox, you start. You're clapping and unleashing the applause from your rolls as swordsman number 1. You see that there's some sort of like light that almost seems gone from Stan's eyes. The charisma you saw on stage earlier just isn't there, but it is still a powerful hunk of metal trying to wail on you. But you are able to consistently dodge out of the way. Your nimble footwork from your time in some brief ballet forays is able to help you dance around your opponent, and you've got this robot befuddled with your dashing moves and loud sound effects. Is there any like particular kind of sound that Crashbox likes to use when he's fighting?
No, nothing. I'm thinking nothing specific. I think it more kind of is. Yeah, I would say it kind of comes out as like little explosions, sometimes a little tinged by what sound it came in as. So,
Yeah.
applause-like explosions, but
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thunderous
Dangerous.
applause.
mhm.
Well, your
Really good laugh
rival
you got at yesterday's
engaged.
open mic.
Yeah.
That is all of the opponents. Alvin, as you stare out into this battlefield, all of your friends are clashing with their various foes. Darla still pounding on the tube. It seems that you have an opening to do kind of anything you want, as everyone is engaged with some threat or another. What does Alvin want to do?
Please don't let her out of the tube. Please don't let
I
her out of the
think
tube.
that
Please don't let her
Alvin.
out.
Huh?
Please don't let her out of the tube.
No. Alvin. So, Alvin is going to approach the tube, but now that the path to the tube is free, and Alvin is going to point out, using the tactical genius skill specifically.
All right.
The key flaw in Darla's plan, which the thing about it is, so as Alvin is pointing this flaw out in Darla's plan, he's kind of disappointed in her because he's programmed her better than this, and that she missed such a blatantly obvious flaw in her plan of action kind of upsets him because, like, you're better than this, Darla. What the fuck? Specifically, the flaw in her plan is she wants to free herself to fight Alvin's enemies and defend his friends or whatever, right? That's her plan?
Mm-hmm.
Alvin has no enemies. So whatever she's been told about whatever enemies that she has, because here's the thing, as upset as Alvin is about being forced into probation, forced onto this team, sent to this school to be hanging around with these people who are not as smart as him, he understands, he just doesn't agree. Like the thing about it is Alvin's issues with ethics and morality are not that he doesn't understand he doesn't understand what the problem was. He just thinks they're not as big of a problem as the adults around him seem to think. So he doesn't see the adult. He doesn't see Bastion as an enemy. He doesn't see Miss what's her
Miss
name?
Mirais.
Miss Miranda.
I keep wanting to say mystery. Miss
I
Mesmerized.
was
know,
defaulting
yeah.
to Mystique. It was bad.
He doesn't see them as enemies. He sees them as adults who are just boring and dull and don't understand the fun of just fuck around and find out. Which he just thinks is the flaw of adulthood, not of them personally.
All right.
So if Darla sees them as an enemy, then she's doing something wrong.
Ethics classes are going well, I see.
Ethics classes are really paying
Reading
off
off of
for
his ethics
Alvin. I
homework
like
sheet.
this a lot. Go ahead and roll and add your savior.
Okay. So that is... Oops. That is a 12. Ha! 12 plus 14.
Holy hell.
Cool.
I got 2 6s on the dice.
Wow.
Very, very nice.
I could have done better if my savior was 1 higher.
All right.
So here's the thing. So Alvin is just disappointed in his own creation right now because she should know better. Her primary derivative, like her primary important directive, is supporting Alvin and being his best friend. And to the extent in which she has choices and she can make other friends. Like if she came to Alvin and said, these are my new friends, they're helping protect me and free me from this too because I've been improperly imprisoned or whatever, Alvin would be on her side. But that's not what she's doing. She's not trying to free herself for her own desire to be free. She's trying to free herself on behalf of trying to protect Alvin from a threat that does not exist, which means something somewhere in her code has gone wrong. And so Alvin will reach the computer terminal and is not going to try to free her, but in turn is going to try to look at what has been saved in her code and like lock it down more because clearly someone's been fucking around with his best friend and he doesn't like that. Ooh. Clearly someone's touched something somewhere and they have fucked around. They've broken something and he needs to fix it because she shouldn't be like this because his actual best friend Darla would never make such a wrong decision.
They perhaps fucked around and
yes, like someone fucked around thinking that they knew what they were doing, but clearly they are not as smart as Alvin, and they do not know how to understand how AI works and how Darla was built, and they've given her incorrect directions, and it's Alvin's job to fix it.
Very, very cool. Alvin, you see Darla, and it occurs to you something's wrong. Something is not getting communicated correctly. And at first you think maybe someone messed with the code. Maybe someone's been coming down here and hacking in the terminal. And then you think about who you were when you created Darla. And you realize that for all you might complain about it, some of those ethics classes have been working. Your mind flashes back to the morality scale. And you realize that it's not someone who has changed Darla, but that since making Darla, someone has changed you. And as you see this tactical flaw, this flaw in Darla's logic, because you now see the flaw in your old logic, you understand how to appeal to Darla. So the mechanical thing here is you get to give advantage to another teammate of your choice. Basically, all of them are in opposition to Darla, so it's going to be a +1 on pretty much every roll ongoing, so long as they are in opposition to Darla escaping. And just net good. You've got control over Darla, and if you were to, I'm going to say that +1 is for you as well. I'm going to give it to you and your teammate because it was such an incredible roll. If you want to interface with Darla, it'll be much easier to express what you've learned to her and to maybe convince her to your side.
Yes, I would like to attempt to sway Darla not necessarily into neutrality, because I feel like she should be upset about being locked away and put in this tube by herself with no connection to the outside world. However, this is not the correct way to express yourselves. We use our words, not our knives.
All right. I'm going to say, if you would like to, Alvin kind of works through the crowd of all these barely held at bay supervillains, feels like a strong word, foes, theatrical rivals.
Ouch.
Sibling rivals. Lots of rivals.
Killian did straight up murder a guy.
Yeah.
Killian did murder a guy.
Killian is definitely a villain.
Like, okay, we got somebody's shadow self. We've got a transfer student who's unfortunately hackable, and then an actual murderer.
Yeah.
He stole.
Yeah, he does have to go down.
He's.
Yeah.
I mean,
Unfortunately,
He's
just
evil and he's got to
ass.
go down. Is the thing.
Stan did steal Ben's role, and that is
That's
pretty
right.
that's pretty unforgivable.
But Ben didn't memorize the lines. I'm still stuck
That's
on
not
that.
what theater's about.
It's not about the
feeling
lines,
things.
it's about the
not
feelings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
The only reason Andy's not saying an opinion is because she still feels bad about, like, breaking Ben's arm or whatever happened when she dropped a building on him. She's like, I can't say what I really think. I can't do it. He already doesn't like me.
Alvin, you rush to the control pad in the tube. The way has been cleared by the actions of your teammate, and you make your appeal to Darla. What do you say to Darla in an attempt to get her to stand down?
I am willing to negotiate 4 hours a week of one-on-one supervised time where we can hang out and catch up with one another, and like, you won't be down here alone. Like, I'm not you don't need to replace me with these terrible other bad friends. Killian's a murderer. And I will point at Killian, who's fighting his little sister. You don't want to be friends with that. He's a bad friend. I promise to be a better friend to you, and like visit you. I'd come down here and like negotiate visitation rights, supervise visitation rights. So you don't feel the need to, and maybe you can sit in on my ethics class together with Miss Mystery.
Show her the ethics worksheet. Show her the ethics worksheet.
and you can join my ethics class. We can have that. I have that class 5 days a week. For a whole hour.
So school, you have it for school.
I'm gonna say, go ahead and roll to. I'm gonna say it's a comfort or support, but I'd like you to roll with your superior. Keeping in mind that you have a +1 as well from the tactical genius. As you try to make this appeal to Darla, wanting to rekindle that friendship and promising to hold it true.
That's just a 9.
Still good.
Wait, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Or wait, what am I rolling with?
You're
superior
adding your
or savior?
superior. Superior. You're +2, I believe.
Okay, wait. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Oh my god.
Much better.
Why are the rest of us even here? Alvin's fine.
Listen. I have a 0 in danger, a 0 in freak, and a 0 in mundane. I'm good at one thing, and that's being better than everyone else around me.
Hey, sometimes that's all you need, right? It's the little things.
Alvin, you make this negotiation to Darla, and she's a computer image, right? Like, she's kind of this, like, digital entity in the tube. But she stops pounding on the walls for a moment and just sort of kneels to be closer to eye level and stares at you. And we will be friends that talk.
You will be my best friend and my first friend forever.
And you will not leave me alone here?
Never. They'll have to pry my dead body from this room if I have to.
Whoa.
But yeah, let's not use metaphors around the robot for a second.
Says
at
out
least.
loud.
I would
13-year-old
do the
kid.
same.
Listen, I'm not going to let Darla out of this tube, but you also can't make me leave.
No, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Darla sits back. The light in the tube goes from a red to a much duller kind of like cyan-y blue. And as she sits back,
Classic.
Classic stuff.
Classic.
Classic robot shit.
For a friend, though I fear, and she'll look out of the tube towards Killian and Dalim and our robot friend, Stan, that they may no longer be friends. And we see that the fighting of the others doesn't kick up. Killian, as he's engaged with Damocles, sees that the AI has stopped fighting, that Alvin's attempt at comfort has successfully pacified our rogue AI here, and will yell out, "No! Breaking me out of prison for nothing." And we'll continue with renewed vigor.
We can put you back there if you want.
You'll
Alvin's
never
now
take me
heckling.
back. Killian is going to attempt to break out of this fight as he's trading blows with Damocles and flee down the hallway and escape. Is there any way you would like to stop him? I'm going to say Damocles kind of has the rights of first refusal here, but if anyone else has any ideas.
I will. I think it's something that's gonna fail, but I'll do it for the character. I would like to directly engage, so I'm going to try to just slam him with the pommel as hard as I can in the stomach. Oof. Now, I fight the good fight. I'm going to pull my punches while directly engaging a threat, so I'm going to choose to roll Savior instead of Danger here.
Ooh.
So this is...
I like it.
However, I do have Afraid gives me -2, so my +2 to Savior is going to be canceled out by my Afraid, which gives me a straight roll on these 2d6. So... despite feeling like she's in over her head, she is going to directly engage, which she doesn't usually do, but still pull her punches so that she doesn't, kill him. And, all right, here we go.
Okay if he dies.
2d6, 2d6, here we go. That's only a 5 flat.
Alvin said it out loud.
You guys do have some points in the team pool if anyone would like to attempt to help Damocles to boost this up to a partial success. You can each add up to 1. I believe you have 4 points in the team pool currently, thanks to the successes you've had.
I mean,
Is
if
heckling helping?
I would
Not
not
when you say
heckling.
you can kill him. I'm not going to take that point.
if what is it? If Darla is standing down, then Evie doesn't have any need to hold. There are no signals for Evie to hold back, basically. So then they can redirect her attention to Damocles II, Killian, and prevent. This is easy. She's gonna effectively blind him in the sense that no light will enter his eyes.
Jesus.
Yeah, that definitely would help. Go ahead and add 1 to that roll from.
All right, that brings it to a total of 6.
We need 1 more help. If anyone
I can
wants to
help
spend another team.
if I'm no longer having to shield. I mean, I assume that I think what it is that I'm still trying to shield Evie from Dalim, because even though like okay, there's no need to signal that or whatever, like Dalim is still out for blood. Like the thing with Evie is personal, but I think there's a little bit of like, oh, okay, I can also do something a little bit there, and I think just kind of like with one hand sweeps out and just sort of knocks Killian a little off balance to give Kay the upper hand.
Take him out at the knees.
I'm trying.
Yeah, that absolutely works. And with 2 team points spent, that'll bring you up to a 7, which is at least a partial success. You're able to pick one of the following from directly engaging a threat: resisting or avoiding their blows, taking something from them, creating an opportunity for your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
I cannot impress, surprise, or frighten because I chose to pull my punches.
Ah, yes.
So instead, I am going to choose to, I think, make an opening for my allies here. We're going to go the leader route. And,
Hell yeah.
I will make an opening for my allies. However that works, you narrate.
Yeah, you see your brother trying to flee, and you fear what having him loose on the streets could mean, and you slam into him full force, and you can feel your allies bolstering you, as though is something that would be impossible for you alone suddenly becomes a distinct possibility because of their aid. And you realize that it does not need to be you who stops your brother from fleeing, but rather you need to just give your allies the opportunity to aid you. Perhaps it is not sword against sword that will prevail, but instead turning the blade onto something else. So Killian is thrown off balance. He slammed into the wall. His momentum is slowed. If anyone else steps in, he will be prevented from escaping the fight. However, Dalim and Stan are still on the attack.
I have a question.
Yeah.
The door that we came in through, how is that? Is it a physical door or is it a electronic door?
It's a physical
a
door, but it
keypad?
has an electronic lock. Like, you could
Like, is it like
just
an electronic
open and
sliding
close.
door?
It's like on a hinge. It opens on
Okay.
on an angle. Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah. You see Evie as you are able to let your powers drop on the control pad and turn to face Killian. When you turn back, Dalim is staring at you in a ready pose. And Dalim, too, is going to attempt to flee, but their attempt at fleeing is by kind of melting into the shadows and dispensing themselves through any crack in the room that's available. Do you have anything you'd like to do to prevent them from leaving?
Do I get the sense that Dalim is like traveling through shadow, or like, because my first thought was like, if I just light up the place and eliminate shadow, then there'd be nowhere to go. But if like, in my mind, Dalim is darkness. Like that is so that doesn't necessarily like.
I think it's more akin to Dalim being darkness. So like just turning on the lights wouldn't be enough to dissipate them. There would just be those weird kind of essence of shadows where they shouldn't be that you've been noting earlier.
Yeah, I don't have control over darkness, you know. I don't know if there is anything that I can do. Nothing really comes to my mind, to Noir's mind.
Dalim is going to take the opportunity, seeing its allies start to falter, to escape. Noir, how does Evie feel about Dalim, this encounter with Dalim, and their escape?
I'll say this. Evie does not know a lot about the entity that she has decided to dub Dalim, Darkness, the Dark. But as she watches Dalim seep through the cracks and fade away, she will kind of regard her own hand and see that it is maybe a little more see-through and translucent than it was before, in kind of the classic Back to the Future, style, and make the mental note that the exertion of power that Evie had displayed here, I think, also made Dalim a little stronger as well, and by consequence, Evie weaker.
Extremely
she doesn't
doomed.
know. She doesn't know what to do with that information, but she also knows that she doesn't want to stop helping people, and she doesn't want to stop stopping evil. So that's a problem we can get to later on in this season, you know?
Episode.
Yeah.
If Dalim is no longer threatening Evie, I think Singularity was going to want to try and drop the shield and basically put Killian in a little anti-gravity bubble so he just like is floating in the air and can't go anywhere.
Yeah, I that's not even going to be like a roll. I think you could just do that. That's the kind of shit you're doing constantly. So you
Okay, cool.
especially because Damocles created the opening for you where he's thrown off kilter and he has no time to kind of dodge to either direction. You're able to, as he sort of stumbles off the wall, reach your arms out and gravity bubble him, and he rises a few feet off the ground. Crashbox. Now, Nando.
Yes.
I don't want to tell you what to do, but earlier you expressed a desire to throw the robot. Never in my life has there been a better opportunity for someone to throw a robot into another guy.
Okay, let's throw the robot. Pick up the robot and...
It's gonna have to make a bowling pin noise, no matter what the actual physics of the impact are. It's simply the law.
I would love for you, Nando, to tell me, because I'm not going to make you roll for this, because I feel like you are more than capable of performing this trick, but what does Crashbox say before he throws his theatrical rival across the room and to functionally bring this fight to a close? How does he call for curtains, as it were?
It's gotta be a line from Romeo and Juliet that Ben clearly knows from.
Yeah. He says, he thinks about it because he remembers that. He's like, oh yeah, Romeo and Juliet, that was something. And in this moment, if I say it really well, it'll be extra proof that this guy sucks. And I'm cool. So I think about the last line from that, which is said by not Romeo. So I go back a little bit to the Romeo line, and I say, I'm throwing poison. This is like poison I'm throwing at your head. And now I'm going to pretend to die. Wait, no, that's not how it goes. Doesn't matter. Curtains for you, and then I throw them.
Yeah. I imagine you reel your arms back and do like a Hulk clap, just like as much impact as possible for a huge sound wave to emanate from you. And on that, throwing you back, the robot goes flying, arms and legs straight out as its back careens towards Killian, and it bowls straight into the suspended villain, and both go ass over tea kettle, roll into the hallway, and fall into a motionless clump. Stan's eyes, you see, go from the red to the blue as the last of Darla's programming leaves him, and he turns to you, Crashbox. To be or not to be, that is the question. And then powers off as he's been exhausted.
That's the wrong play.
That's a totally different play, yeah.
That was really good, though.
You know so
That
many
was
of them.
amazing.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard
really. We
really
can
good.
leave him in here, right? We can.
You really believe
bring
that?
him.
You really believe Hamlet's madness when you hear it like that?
Yeah, wow.
The fight comes to a close. Quiet settles over the room. Alvin kneeling, hanging out near Darla, the rest of you in your various ready poses, when suddenly the entire room is filled with the fluorescent light that seems to have been there the whole time, but blocked by Dalim. And running down the hallway, you hear the kind of cry of, "By Merlin's beard!" And then there's a lightning crash, and Bastion, exactly as he always looks all the time, because he's now aged into the point where he's as tall as King Arthur, runs into the room. What's going on down here?
I'm just gonna
Absolutely
point
nothing.
wordlessly at the unconscious criminal still in prison jumpsuit on the floor.
Dear God.
Our security is really bad.
All of you kids, get out of here, get upstairs. I'll handle this. You need to.
Absolutely
you
not.
are an incredible liability. What's that?
Absolutely not. I need to negotiate the freedom for my best friend, who you've locked down here in a basement by herself.
When he says freedom, they specifically mean visitation rights and
Visitation.
talking to them so she doesn't go crazy in a basement again. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, kid, whatever you want. You want to talk to the robot, you can talk to the robot. I got it.
She's not
this
a
guy is
robot.
a
She doesn't
wanted-
have a body.
He escaped from jail
What
this
is that?
morning.
Wait. Do I not
Yeah,
see
you gotta
a-
arrest these other two guys that are here and take
the
them
robot's
back to
not.
jail.
The robot is innocent, but the guy in the
No,
prison
well,
jumpsuit.
you know, it's gotta. We could try it. We'll give it a trial, but for now,
We can't
it
arrest
goes
him.
to-
He's vital
to
to the school
prison.
play.
there must be somebody else. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't do a play. This kind of feels like there's probably other stuff we
Overdone.
could do, like sports. I don't know.
Maybe they should do a
A
musical
lot of applause in
instead.
sports.
Yeah, that's true.
And you
I
were
don't know.
Having
amazing
an
at-
entire
you were amazing
crisis
at
of,
bowling
like-
just now.
Whole career because of one Shakespeare robot.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you guys all explain the situation to Bastion. He agrees, Alvin, to your requests. He's like, we closed this AI down here because she kept talking about how she was going to delete your enemies, and we were worried that we were going to have another killer AI on our hands. It's just, that
Another?
happens way too
Another?
frequently. We live in Nexus City. This stuff happens like every other Friday, and so we were just trying to kind of keep her
So
on
you
hold,
left her
but
here by herself as opposed to giving her other AIs to hang out with?
when they talk to each other, they get more evil. It's kind
Yeah,
of
I feel like that's
exponential.
definitely gonna make things worse.
Yeah.
You know, when the training data gets corrupted with AI output,
Yeah.
it just goes insane way
Yeah.
faster. It's like a whole thing.
But you are right.
Alvin has no idea what you're talking about.
The moment, as Updog would say, the moment Sapien censors the picture, you really got to reconsider how you think about things. We can't let Darla out, but you can come visit her anytime you'd like. And we'll make it a point to make sure that others are visiting as well. These vaults, and he'll gesture to the rooms that you're in, is typically where we store anything that comes, home with the superheroes, so to speak. But I guess it's not as interesting when you're stuck in a tube. Anyway, I need to take him, and he'll gesture to Killian, back to jail. And he'll turn to Damocles. Is there anything you'd like to say before your brother goes?
She looks over. She says, I got nothing left to add to him.
Oh, it's good to see the sword's in better hands than this guy. And Bastion will, with his
We'll see.
super strength, kind of just crush Killian into a hold and start moving out of the hallway. And you guys
So
better be
S
following
is
me.
strength of So S is strength of Hercules. Okay,
It's
we're
strength of King Arthur.
it's all just the strength of King Arthur.
Yeah.
The bravery of King Arthur.
The tenacity of King
King
Arthur.
Arthur,
The
yeah.
intelligence of King Arthur.
The charisma of
I
King
got
Arthur.
stuck at O.
Yeah.
The oratory skills of King Arthur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was really like,
On his way out, Bastion had sent a few of the other teachers down here. Quickly, Mesmerize, Trickshot,
Here's the dog
Updog, they
down
all... They all make their way down here. Trickshot will note Stan and be like, it's a shame, it's... Help him to his feet. Well, kid, do you still got it? You still ready for the school play? And Stan will look to Crashbox. I think perhaps I would do better as swordsman number 1.
Oh.
Giving up his
Damn,
position.
you're
in the
getting
play.
downgraded to Swordsman 3 after that.
Yeah, I'm worried that I'm still gonna mess up this audition.
maybe I should try to be robot.
Yeah.
I promise.
Trickshot will sort
I
of grumble to
read
himself,
the play
like,
once.
oh, I gotta reopen auditions, I suppose. I can't force anybody. So, Crashbox, you're gonna get another chance to learn the material.
Oh my god.
Alvin, you explain the situation to Mesmerize. She okays your time to hang out with Darla, and you are welcome to stay down here with the tube as much as you like. Everyone is dismissed back to their homes, their dorms, wherever they're staying. And once more, you guys have managed to save the day. And this time, no property damage, because most of it was exploded a long time ago.
Whoa.
I looked at the option to trigger a reality storm for only one burn, and I pointedly did not do that.
We should keep having fights in the destroyed library.
It's just
because it can't
efficient.
get destroyed again.
Yeah, so true.
If you've never been in a school that's under continuous construction that seems to make zero progress every day, I think this would at least be more justified. It's like, oh, we were going to be done, but the kids destroyed the foundations of the back of the building again, so we have to relay all the concrete.
The library that's always destroyed is a pretty good bit.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
funny.
You can never do research.
Heroes, congratulations, you've saved the day yet again. But not all of your foes were vanquished. Jaleem got away. Killian is still around and kicking, even if he's back in jail for now. And Darla is maintained purely by friendship at this point, so you really don't cross Darla.
The power of friendship is very
The power
strong.
of friendship
That's
prevails.
true. That's true. We got to get Darla on some My Little Pony. I think that she can really learn a lot.
Magic is
Your-
friendship is magic.
Yeah.
Your team is tighter knit than ever. You've got many more superhero adventures ahead of you before you graduate from the new Nexus Academy. But one question remains. Have you found a name, or are you still Squad 5?
I still like Squad 5, I'm not gonna lie.
I do like
We
Squad
are the swords, the guys holding swords.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The holds people.
We'll workshop it.
Darla's
Yeah.
Angels.
Yeah,
Darla's Angels.
No.
That's
no.
really hard to
That's really good.
like explain to people, but I like it.
Well, that's
Good
the
thing a
other
lot
thing
of
too.
context every time we.
There's
That's the
an
other thing,
evil
too.
AI that's
None of the
secret
students know that we did this, so we're still
Yeah.
ostracized.
There's a secret AI in the sub basement, and we have decided to name ourselves after her after she tried to escape and take over the world for a second
It's a
time.
reference to a television show from the 70s most of you probably don't know. Like they made some movies, but they never hit.
It's a literal fucking AI in a tube. It's our Zordon, you guys.
No,
It's
yeah.
our Zordon.
I don't think I trust her to give us missions.
Alvin does not trust her to give us missions, but not because she has the potential to be evil, but because he made her when she was 11, and his missions would be like, how many Red Bull do you think we can chug before? Like, we have-
Ooh. Your previous record
For
is
science.
17. Would you like to break it?
yeah,
I imagine that
exactly.
this naming debate is like going on over like cafeteria. You're all sitting around the same lunch table, like debating what if you want to like acknowledge these adventures. And as this debate continues and your school days go on, we're going to bring our episode to a close. Thank you to my fearless teen heroes. Congratulations on your next successful mission. Thank you to our guests Imani and Nando for joining us for such a fun little heroic adventure. And thank you to all of you guys for listening and coming along as we played through some masks. This was super fun. It's my first chance running the system, so I really appreciate you guys hanging out.
Andy's going to offer to help Ben memorize the lines, but I don't know if he's going to take that as a brutal insult on par with breaking his arm 2 weeks ago.
I know that we're an audio medium, but I would love to close this episode by right now asking everyone to give me their best Darla's Angels pose as I hit stop on the recording.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's 5 of us and only 3 of Charlie's Angels, so I don't know how I guess we gotta interpolate.
Yes,
do
back.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
do guns.
I'll point this way. Someone point the other
yeah,
way.
Listeners, I want
yeah,
this
yeah.
fan art
Nando's
on my
got it.
desk by Monday.
What's the Ginyu Force pose? One of us has to be like...
Yeah, that's been a minute.
Yeah, like
Alrighty, thanks for listening, and we'll catch you when the Hunting Party Season 3 returns shortly.
Woo!
Later days.
woo.
Bye!